Preparing technical problems is always accurate and on point for us.
Technical problems and us go way back.
We go hand in hand. Hello, Groundhog.
I'm this close.
Closer.
Best FFs. Best buddies.
We are best FFs.
I should have said BFF.
No, best FFs is...
But it's still correct. It's not wrong.
Happy Friday.
Also, hey Groundhog, hey everyone. How are we all doing?
How are you doing? Also, I noticed I keep doing this. I keep pointing at people.
What my
Maybe I should stop doing that. Go ahead.
Why?
Actually, I will only take your phone if you put your microphone where it belongs.
Then I'll keep it.
Then I'll put it where it belongs. While you are preoccupied with your phone.
Fine, gimme. It's perfectly fine the way it is.
Imagine putting stuff under it. Oh my god. Can you
You and
believe...
your obsession with putting things where they are supposed to.
You know, I will not make you dinner anymore. At least not tasty dinner, you're getting feisty.
Excuse me, I make most of it.
That's not true.
That is true.
That's not true.
I made 2.5 out of 3 things parts of dinner.
Things, parts, what? Not accurate?
Yes, it is.
No.
Very accurate.
Ooh, couple bickering stream. Oh yeah.
Hey Evie, how you doing?
5 times a week, only here, at least on this
24/7.
No. Hello Evie. I keep doing this and I really need to stop doing this.
Oh, it's fine.
Tifa. Coffee.
What's wrong with moving your hands?
And I keep pointing. I should not point. Should be productive during the stream today if all goes according to plan. For now I'm eating a muffin. Nice. What kind of muffin?
Nice.
I have to fix printer problems, do PT and pack for weekend with boyfriend. Ooh.
Oh, nice. Where are you guys going?
You have been corrupted by Bully Maguire.
I'll take it as a good thing.
In that case, come here.
You know what you should first get me?
Tell me.
A muffin too.
I made you dinner. Come here, I want to rub some dirt in your eye.
Wow. Your greasy fingers off my glasses.
Chocolate? Chocolate muffins.
Ooh,
And I'm just
nice.
staying over at his place. Still, pretty good. Hope you enjoyed.
It is great. Hope you guys have an awesome weekend.
I have to say though, when it comes to chocolate muffins, I prefer normal plain chocolate muffins because over here, most of the places started putting like a chocolate cream or Nutella into them. And that's nice, but some of them overdo it on the chocolate cream and then it becomes too heavy even for me.
Oh no, I get too much filling in my filled muffin.
Yeah, it's all about the ratios.
No.
It needs to be a good ratio of dough and filling. If I have a mouthful of filling, it's not filling. But I'm not eating a muffin anymore. I'm eating a spoonful of chocolate cream.
I want a lemon muffin with a raspberry filling.
Could be really good. Why don't we make that?
Ooh, Costco muffins. We haven't made muffins in forever.
Chocolate with chocolate chips. We just ate.
Good
but
choice.
Could
Good
eat that
choice.
now too. Yeah.
Even though muffins are pretty much always a good choice.
More like chunks because it's big. Nice.
There.
Why do you keep picking things to do on stream that are loud and immediately picked up by the microphones?
I was putting my coffee away.
Imagine being on a microphone.
Yes, but that's why I put it away, because the coffee is empty.
Also, I didn't ask her, Evie, how are you doing? And I keep pointing again. I need to stop that.
You can't keep pointing. It's okay.
No. I want to get rid of the pointing. I'm okay.
Then don't
Glad
point.
to hear it.
Very good. I'm hoping today we're gonna reach a trial. Would
We
I have my
might.
hopes up too much?
We might. It's fun. Also, hello Shrift, how are you doing?
Like,
Happy
should be okay.
Almost Saturday.
Hey Shrift, how are you?
Wednesday was a brutally rough day for me. By comparison, today isn't too bad. I'm
I'm
sorry to hear that.
glad it got a bit better though.
Yes. I'm good today, thanks. Glad to hear
I
that.
hope playing yesterday got your mind off of things for a bit.
I think even I felt the same way about the last boss fight of Borderlands 3.
I didn't see it.
You should have. It was very anticlimactic, is the right word, I think.
I didn't even know you could finish that game in online mode. Thought it's just like...
You play through a story, yes, it does have an end.
Fair enough.
Well, we have all the DLC to still go through, but the main boss of a main campaign was pretty lackluster. Is Borderlands 3 not a video game? Final bosses always have at least 2 forms. And the design lent to it too, so I have no idea why they didn't do that, but... Who do you think will die this chapter? I am saying it will be Nagito, and I'm saying the prime suspect will be Mikan, because she's the one spending the most time with him. But
Nagito seems likely, but it's probably not Nagito.
As I was trying to say before Tifa cut me off again.
Oh, sorry, I thought you already said your suspects.
I assume that it will be someone who had gone through the window that we saw being open earlier.
I would think
Gasp!
Nagito will never die. I'm also gonna go with Mikan, guessing she's gonna get that disease as well and completely turns into a murderous bitch, and the suspect is probably gonna be one of the people in the hospital. But in a way that's kind of too obvious, I guess. I mean, so I would guess they're gonna go with something completely different. Like, this just seems too easy. So I'm guessing it's not gonna be that.
Wow, you two are attacking the birthday girl. Whose birthday is it today? I thought
Mikan's birthday was Wednesday, yeah.
Yes. Also, hello Queen Regulard. How are you
Queen,
doing?
how are you doing? Good.
How are you today? We are arguing.
Morning or afternoon for you? I'm not really sure anymore.
It is good early afternoon, and I'm currently off screen because I need to find a charging cable for this wireless mouse. And I have no idea where the cable is. Oh my god.
Imagine being prepared.
Imagine...
Do you want this mouse?
No. Imagine being prepared to use a wireless mouse.
How about you use this thing then for a bit? That should charge it, no?
That won't happen. No, that's the wrong cable. Oh well, let's see how long the battery still lasts. Worst case, that's a worry for later.
And just put in new batteries.
Totally prepared. Tifa, where does this battery go in this thing?
Oh, well,
You
I don't know, I'm just saying.
You tried.
Wow. Go away. Put on the game or something. Be useful.
It's not her birthday, but it was recent, so it still counts.
Yeah, no.
I realized my birthday lands on a Monday this year, so I may actually stream on it. But I'm not going to do anything special, so everyone will be underwhelmed.
That's okay.
Why? That's perfectly fine. You don't have to do anything special on your birthday. Or you don't have to do anything that you don't want to do on your birthday. Same as every other day. But it happens to your birthday.
It's your birthday, you gotta do what you want to do.
Exactly. Next birthday for a character you know is Mondo on June 9th, so we have a while. Yes, I think we'll still be on Danganronpa 2 then.
Yeah, at the current rate, we definitely will be.
Yeah.
We have made progress though.
Little, but yes.
We should be just before a death. Like, if a death does not happen on the day we're on now, like, I don't know when it will be.
Let's find out.
Like, today has to be the day that someone in this chapter will die.
Probably yes. Probably yes.
Question
At
is?
least that's what I think.
Who?
It's a very good question. Let me start setting up the game.
Also, if Nagito now dies, question is it because of the disease? Like, can you really be responsible for him now if he dies?
Yes. What are you talking about? Nobody ever dies in Danganronpa.
No, spoiler, someone dies.
I said the same thing to Tifa the other day. What if the base game of Danganronpa is not the real Danganronpa? What if a mode you unlock afterwards, where you just get to spend school life with him, is the real story?
Yeah.
Do we know that? Is that actually confirmed anyway? Endrick!
I don't think you're gonna hear it. Endrick,
Happy
how are you?
Friday.
Oh, there we
I
go.
hope work is going well for you. And not too much bullshit today.
Oh yeah, still at work.
Whoa, calm down, Jack. We came for Danganronpa, not to get mindfucked. To be honest, if you watch...
Comes with the stream.
Yeah, if you watch My Favorite Letter is X at least 5 times a week, those two things become to intermingle and more or less become the same thing, so... You know, watch at your own risk.
That is very true. Maybe we should have a disclaimer.
I think we have plenty of disclaimers. It was going fine, or just fine. We had 2 people leave today, so it's a bit light-hearted in the office. One was our director. Okay. Well, as long as it's light-hearted, I guess, that's a good thing.
Is that also the one that was gonna do the reorganizing?
I think that is done way above a director level.
I'm not sure.
I would think so. That's like CEO level stuff.
You are a disclaimer.
That is true. If you enter Tifa into Google Translate, and it doesn't matter what language you change it to, it will say disclaimer. Thank you for the host, Groundhog.
Groundhog, thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Fody.
Fody.
How are you doing?
Happy Friday. How are you and Beth doing?
Nah, we got acquired by a new company and now our director is leaving. Surely all good things.
Okay.
Pressing my thumbs. Pressing my thumbs.
That
Wait.
sounds good at least. Wait, what viewer? You always count as one viewer, Groundhog.
Yes, if you host, you are automatically at least 1 viewer.
Yep. I don't know why, but you'll always host with 1 viewer at least.
Yeah, because it counts you yourself as that viewer.
Guessing it's because of the channel?
Thank you for the
Fody.
host as well.
Thank you for the host. Appreciate it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, working on a new PC. Awesome. Did you get all of the parts now?
Yeah, did the hardware sort. I'm a viewer, I feel special. You are special.
I was gonna say it, but then I realized you were also gonna say it, so I didn't say it and let you say it.
So clearly you don't mean it as much as I do.
No, that's not true. But I was gonna go what he said.
Good evening, Mega. How are you doing? Happy Friday to
Happy
you
Friday,
as well.
Mega. How are you? Amazon guy is close. Keep looking out of the window. Keep refreshing the page, actually. Do you guys have the same system that you can see like where your delivery driver is sometimes? Like it's not every time.
Yeah, with us we can only do that when the delivery or when the item is out for delivery. Like at the very last step of the process.
Yeah, but that's not always. I think it depends on the company.
I'm glad to hear that, Mega.
Very good. And I hate that system because then you keep refreshing and it says like, oh, he's 2 houses away, and then it still takes half an hour, and then you keep refreshing and then you went the other fucking way. You're like, ah, why do I even look at this?
And that's why I don't use that function when Tifa is near me. Then again, I get frustrated too, because like, oh my god, he's 2 stops away, why the fuck aren't you here yet? You've been there for 5 minutes. Fuck, move faster.
I hate that.
If you are a delivery person, I love you. Thank you for doing an amazing job. I hate the tracking system, not you as a person doing the job. Just saying.
Especially at work too, we have like a street, and then we are in like the side
Your work owns a whole street?
thingies. But for some reason it goes like through the street, so it looks super close, but then it goes like this entire block around until it gets to the end of the side street and then goes backwards basically.
If
It's
it
a
wasn't
bit hard
for
to
the fact
explain.
that I
But
know where you work, I would have not understood anything you just said.
anyway, it always looks like he's super close, but then he goes like an hour, takes an hour detour before he stops with us.
It's probably
annoying.
because there's plenty of companies in these buildings and they have to deliver to them.
Yeah, it's a company area. It sucks. Yeah, you still have the front door locks.
Oh yeah, true.
Ah, that shit.
Good luck with that. Unless you're an then Jack hates you. I don't hate AIs. I just don't love them nearly as much as many people do.
Depends on the AI a bit.
That's true. Some AIs I do hate, usually the ones in video games. That's a fair point. I have many pictures I've taken so far, gonna post later. Nice.
Awesome. Fingers crossed.
Now, let's see if starting the game will crash the computer again.
I hope not.
I love these glass sides. It's gonna be pretty. I understand the appeal of making your computer look nice, but like I honestly don't care what my case looks like. As long as it keeps the stuff inside cool.
That's not true. I really love like machines that are see-through. Like last time we went to like this, what do you call them? Like one of those Technique expos, and they had like washing machines there that you could completely see through. I love that.
Yeah, and those clear shells like an old Game Boy or something.
Yeah, but same with PCs. Not that it matters here because you can't see it anyway, but
that's what I'm saying. Our computer
those are
is
sexy as fuck.
to the bottom right of where I sit, and it's in its own little enclosure, so I see the front.
Also like those clear controllers or clear anything.
I literally got the cheapest, biggest case I could. Well, you want to fit plenty of hard drives in there, so.
Yeah.
And look, it's been a month since we started playing.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
I know, I can read the date.
So we're at chapter 2 now. We're probably even gonna finish earlier than we thought.
Who knows?
It doesn't look like we're gonna take 6 months, funnily enough.
We're not done yet.
Yeah, but I'm guessing it really does have 6 chapters.
We're not done yet.
Fair enough.
It has these flip down button compartments, I can already not speak, with easy access to a power supply. Nice. Fully modular, built-in cable management, Velcro zips. Nice. You should not look into the inside of our computer.
It's probably one big dust bunny.
Properly done cable management. It looks absolutely amazing, but I don't have the ability to do that. Even if I were to follow a tutorial, it just turns out weird.
Ranger, are you feeling better today?
Oh yeah, I hope you're feeling better.
Was it this one?
It's blelele, not blah blah. Wow.
Wow, that seemed easier.
Blelele. There you go.
Blelele. Okay.
Yeah, just like the emote. Blelele.
Makes sense, I guess.
There you go, as ordered. All the bleleles.
Much blah blah blah. Are you feeling better today?
I'm gonna be sad when I have to open my stream PC again. Cable management is a myth. I agree. It works without, so.
Who does cable management anyway? We have cables all over the place.
People who are smarter than us.
Even though the cables here behind the screens don't look too bad. If you don't look under the table.
Thank you, even though that's a lie.
It could look worse. I've seen worse. Much better today. I am very happy to hear that.
Look at all the bleleles.
Much blah blah blah. Are you ready to continue chapter 3?
Yes, still. On mobile it looks so weird.
You probably only see the text or not.
Yes, I would think so. So it just says blelele in all caps over and over and over.
Yeah, probably.
An extra Ethernet cable, so just now setting up. Nice. Looking forward to maybe one day being able to catch one of her streams.
Got her PC.
Just chunk of text.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can install, what is it? Is it BTTV? Yes. I don't know if you can install that on a mobile.
Isn't it a browser
Probably
extension for PC?
Yeah. I think it's Chrome and Firefox, but I don't know if you can install that on a mobile browser.
Yeah, but on mobile you usually watch in the app.
Or that, yeah, true.
So then it doesn't matter anyway.
True. Recap.
Go ahead.
What happened last? Start.
Recap. We got our new motive Monokuma let loose some super tiny animals that cannot be seen by the naked eye.
Insects.
Those are animals.
Yeah, but super tiny animals, what, elephants?
What's the matter? They can't be seen by the naked eye. Elephants you can obviously see by the naked eye. Who infected some of the characters with a disease called, what was it called again? Disaster disease.
Despair disease.
Despair disease.
Oh my god. Now imagining tiny elephants, and then guess the idea
I
is
feel like
adorable.
I just woke up.
You speak like it too. So, as Tifa was trying to say, how Tifa, how? As my associate was trying to
I need to
say
get into it. Give me a sec.
a minute ago, we have learned that Monokuma has unleashed tiny insects that are so small that we can't see them with a naked eye, which do cause the despair disease.
I was gonna drink that.
As a group, we decided to quarantine the people that have currently attracted the disease, because it can also spread from human to human.
Yes,
Are you okay, Tifa?
I'm okay.
Are you
I'm
sure?
awake now.
Do you smell burnt toast? Is one of your sides feeling kind of limp?
Now that you mention it.
That's the lack of exercise, not a stroke. So Mikan Fuyuhiko, who has now recovered from the fallout of the trial of Peko Peko,
Try to commit Sudoku.
spending time at the hospital, and Mikan is taking the brunt of the work and looking after Nagito and all the other affected.
Who got
by
affected so far? Nagito,
disease.
Ibuki, and
Nagito, Ibuki, and Akane.
Akane. That was it.
Yes, indeed.
If they kill off Akane, I'm gonna be really annoyed. I'm so close to
gonna be
maxing her.
Nagito. It is going to be Nagito.
I
So-
sure hope so. And the rest are staying in the motel.
Yes.
Except for us, because we go back to our cabin.
Yeah, but I don't think we have told anyone that, other than Mikan and Fuyuhiko, who also goes back to his cottage every time. Did you say cabbage?
Cabin.
Okay.
You're a cabbage.
Yeah, can't disagree with that, but... And now we are at the next Monokuma Theater, hoping that the story will make some progress
Yeah.
from now on.
Well, we ended with us going to bed. Now the Monokuma Theater came, so it's gonna be morning after, and now something must have happened overnight.
We hope. My cabin, yes.
I feel so bad for the cabbage dude in Avatar.
What? He turns out to be making a whole empire of cabbages.
Yeah, but they always get run over.
Clearly not after the show is over. Anyway, Monokuma Theater, go. Your line.
Alright. Did you know that talking about a personal failure is a good way to break the ice when meeting new people?
That's why I like talking about Tifa.
Excuse me? I'm the best thing that ever happened in your life.
That's true. That is very true.
Fodi, happy building? Gonna
Thank you
be
for the luck.
awesome. Good luck. And thanks for the lurk. So, I'm gonna tell you my story of personal failure.
Wow, Jack. Did you not see it coming? Even for you, that's...
I know he can't do without me anyway.
True.
In the wild world I live in, popularity is a symbol of power. And that's why I decided to write a fake love letter to myself so I could brag about it to others. I was bragging about it to my friend, but unfortunately all I had was an envelope. When my friend wanted me to show him the unwritten letter, I was in a real bind. So I showed him a blank piece of paper and said this. And this letter was written with special ink. Only those chosen by God can see it. When I said that, he was all, "That love letter is brimming with passion." However, things started looking bad at that point. The other people around us started praising him because they thought he really could read the letter. That's when he started hogging everyone's attention as a divine messenger of God. And eventually he was worshipped by society. Now he uses his followers to sell shady vases for a quick buck.
Thank you very much.
Just for you. I still say face. Thanks to my big mouth, he became a multi-millionaire. How regretful. What an epic fail. That was my story of personal failure. What did you think of it? Is the ice broken? I think we broke the ice a long time ago. Since you listened to me, wanna buy this vase? It's in pretty high demand, but I'll give you a deal on it because I like you so much.
Bullshit.
I would charge you extra.
My brain quoted the Incredibles. Greater good, I'm the greatest good you're ever gonna get. Yeah. Fair.
Very accurate.
I feel like I've been waiting forever for YouTube to process the HD version of my video. It only has 360p version available right now. Ranger, YouTube took 36 hours to reprocess the HD version of our 9.5 hour stream that we did a while ago. I had to edit it and then re-upload it, and that took 1.5 days. Once it was online, so maybe their servers are congested or something. I don't know.
It's 20 minutes, so I'm hoping that will also go faster.
Hopefully, yes. 36 hours is absurd. Yeah, I agree.
I know it will go faster.
Indeed. Huh? It's morning, huh? But for some reason, my body's heavy. Again. No, not just heavy, it's somewhat soft and really hot. Wait a minute.
Are we sick? Oh, never mind.
I can't.
Wait, did she came to our cabin?
Yes.
I thought she slept in the hospital.
She apparently followed us to the cottage to sleep on our chest again, with her knee in our throat. As you do.
Okay, as you do, obviously.
Body heavy, knees weak, mom spaghetti. Wasn't it arms heavy? I forgot the exact lyrics.
No, stop. It's tickling me.
Mekon, again? Hurry up and move!
He's a deep sleeper.
I can't breathe!
You've stopped moving. Now I can finally relax and wait. Huh?
What was it? Cyanosis?
I have no idea.
I'm gonna go with that.
But I'm guessing it's cyanosis?
I'll go with it. Cyanosis again! Hajime's gone limp. Please get a hold of yourself.
See, cyanosis.
Oh, cyanosis.
Thank you very much.
I was like, cyanosis? Oh yeah, it's the word. You regained consciousness. I'm so glad. I thought you died from suffocation.
Mikan, why are you here? The Monokuma announcement hasn't aired yet.
Okay, Mikan did not catch the disease so far at least.
As far as we know.
Now that you mention it.
Wait. Does Hajime say what's on him is hot because she caught the fever, or because, you know, body warmth? For all we know, that could have been a clue that she caught it already.
That is true, but it can be both at this point. Oh, Mama. I came here to wake you up, but it seems like I accidentally fell asleep.
Thank
Ranger.
you for the big hits.
Thank you for the blah 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 blahs.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
What kind of accident is that?
But good news. You see, Nagito's condition has stabilized.
There goes my plan. Really?
And I rushed over to let you guys know, but Fuyuhiko's room was locked, so...
Oh yeah, my lock is still broken. Thanks, Ibuki.
Anyway, please hurry over. Nagito can probably be saved.
Yeah, got it.
Well, do we want to save him?
I don't, but Hajime does. I feel like that command may need a cooldown, to be honest. I get what you mean. I quickly got dressed and headed over to the hospital with Mikan. Although I did wonder why it was necessary to be so pumped up for someone like Nagito. Oh well, best not to think about it. I hope the steps count for our little pet.
No, they don't.
I know, but they should.
Nagito is in his patient room. Please hurry and see how he's doing. Shouldn't technically she be the one that first checks how he's doing? I mean, she's the nurse.
Well, that would make sense.
Well, he is standing.
Why is he drooling, bro?
Well, he's still sick. He's not
So-
cured.
You start drooling when you're sick?
You can.
Wow. There is Nagito who managed to sit up in his bed.
Nagito, can you hear me? Hajime came by to see how you were doing.
The twin Ibukis are singing. I see. Ibuki must have been a twin duo. The Veronicas! Is he supposed to be cured?
Well, okay. It's not like he's completely cured. He was just able to recover from his critical condition.
They were utilizing their characteristic as twins and they've been taking turns appearing before me. Which means there are actually 17 people on this island.
Yes, the liar version.
He's telling the truth now, he was lying before.
Who says that?
Me. Need to do the big brain moments.
Ibuki is not the bad guy.
Yeah. I believe Nagito now, not before.
No.
The Veronicas. That's the answer. After seeing this, it might have been better if he stayed quiet for just a little bit longer.
But I'm so glad. I'm so relieved Nagito regained consciousness. I'm so glad. I feel dizzy. Somehow everything is spinning around me. Oh, now Mikan is sick.
Shouldn't you get some rest already? You should be exhausted from nursing without any sleep, right? Yeah, we kept waking her up when she finally got some rest. Mukuri Kusaba. There's another Steve. Yes, I think so.
And no, Jack believes Ibuki is the mastermind. I believe Ibuki is innocent.
I believe Ibuki is going to betray us, yes. That is correct.
Hearings are no reason to be the mastermind.
Yep.
No,
Don't trust herons, people.
no.
Do your line.
And if you insist, I'll use the on-call room upstairs. You must be mentally exhausted, so it's better if you relax in the lobby instead.
Yeah, I'll do that.
And even though it's the morning, good night.
Good nom nom nomming.
Ibuki is great.
I take that as a direct attack. Goodbye, Jack. Farewell, Shrift. It's been lovely. Jack is so biased. Yes, he is.
Yes, he is.
Mikan wobbled around a bit, then left the room. She's definitely exhausted. Well, it's understandable. I mean, she fell asleep when she was supposed to come wake me up.
Man.
All alone with Hajime, huh? I can't stand being in the same room as you. Don't worry, I'm leaving. You should focus on curing that crappy disease of yours. Pick it up. Oh, Tifa. No, don't leave. He doesn't want you to leave. He's lying. I hate this guy. Please tell me that's sweat. Yes. Yes, it is. They all have very high fever from the disease they caught.
We'll count on it being sweat.
Yeah, hurry up and go away. I don't want to see your face anymore.
I guess that's a sign to speak to him. Hey! Wow.
Nope.
You should have tried speaking to him again.
I'm good. The morning Monokuma announcement should be starting soon. I should wait at the lobby for the transmission.
He has the lying disease. He wants you to speak to him.
I don't think he has the lying disease. I think the disease is making him tell the truth for once.
I wanted to speak to him again.
Good for you.
I am quite sure he's been telling the truth the entire time.
Nope.
Wow.
That's what they want you to think.
You know what I wanted?
The surveillance camera units like this.
Wow.
Yes? USA? What did you want? Tell me.
Never mind, continue.
The surveillance camera's unit's light is blinking. But that's weird. It's not transmission time yet. So, what happened now? If a light is blinking, it received some sort of transmission from the other side, right? But that's pretty early. We haven't even received a Monokuma announcement yet. It might be something urgent though. If so, there's no way I can make them wait until Fuyuhiko gets here. Alright, even if it's just me, I should receive a transmission. I reached my hand and pressed the reception button on the surveillance camera unit. Really?
Oh.
Huh? Upon first glance, I immediately knew it wasn't a normal video. I'm reading the lines!
No shit, Sherlock.
I'm not the one who wrote this!
You're tearing me apart. Okay, so we're probably completely wrong and they did not go with the obvious. Someone in the motel probably dies.
I don't like this, I was so sure of it. A slowly swaying dim light is shining on the black curtains. I felt like some sort of ritual was about to begin.
Can we talk about how that looks like green curtains though to me?
Is this light from a candle? But what was creepiest of all was the rope hanging from the ceiling. The end of the rope was tied in a loop, and beneath it there was a step ladder. It was like a gallows. What is this? I didn't understand at all. What's going on at the music venue? And that's when it happened. You can't see who it is.
Oh, I thought that was hair sticking out, but
No,
it's
those
the
are the handles
bag.
of a paper bag.
Yeah, it's the back handles.
Actually, that's the shopping bag from the cinema. Wanna bet? The tote bag.
Could be, but
I have a feeling we're gonna find out. The moment I saw a silhouette slowly entering the frame from the side of the screen, chills ran down my spine as if someone was dragging ice on me. A person wearing a hospital gown and a hemp bag on their head. What the... As I raised my voice in surprise, the person in the hospital gown slowly started moving.
Makito then makes the most sense.
And began climbing the step ladder. Slowly, they took their time climbing it. I reached over to the rope hanging from the ceiling. Are you kidding me? And at that moment...
Voice actors must feel. Thank you, Ranger.
Yep.
I can imagine.
I forgot who said this, but there's this beautiful line from an actor going, "You can write this, but you can't say these lines." It's kind of like that. Huh? The screen suddenly went pitch black. Probably because the candle, the only source of light, had gone out. Hey! No matter what I said, there was no response in the darkness on the other end of the monitor. What the heck is this? What's going on? What in the world is going on? No, it doesn't matter. I have to do something about this. I might still be able to make it. I need to hurry over to the music venue. I rushed out of the hospital and ran over to the music venue where the transmission was made.
Technically, he should have done that the moment he saw someone walk towards that ladder. Not wait until they're up and hanging themselves.
Yeah, I agree.
What?
Ahem! Hope Speak Academy's good. Now then, let's show.
We skipped the ding dong.
Oh,
Wow.
do it now.
Wow, no, the moment is over. It's before the announcement.
Don't make me reload the last save and skip ahead to the ding dong ding dong.
No, it's too late. Go.
Please.
Ding dong, bing bong.
Okay. It's not what I wanted, but I'll take it anyway.
It's a sad one because it comes after the announcement.
How about to make up for it, you make the sound of that ball of like stuff rolling across it? I'll take it. Thank you. Do you feel better now?
No. But go.
Tough. People die when they are killed. Yeah, usually. Just now, that was the morning Monokuma announcement. Fuyuhiko should be arriving here shortly. Now I don't have time to wait for him. I've got to get to a music venue. And they make us walk.
Isn't it the other way?
No.
Yes, it was one right. The music venue was right next to the hospital.
Whoops. Totally meant to do that.
Well, now it's too late.
That would be amazing.
If he didn't hang himself yet, now he definitely did.
Thank you for the clips, Ranger.
Thank you very much. Now I shall forever remember the last bing bong.
This is a video game? I hope so. Please, please let me make it.
Were those things outside always on fire?
Yes.
Okay.
I rushed into the music venue with a prayer in my heart. But I completely forgot. Prayer means nothing on this island.
Thoughts and prayers.
Nope. It's the tote bag.
It's Ibuki.
It appears to be. Based on the hair color.
Wasn't that black nail polish? Nail polish.
Nail polish. Yes.
Nail color.
Yeah. I was too late. What the hell is this? In the hot air inside the music venue, I couldn't keep myself from shouting. Hot air? Why is it so hot? What is the strange hot air inside the music venue? No, now's not the time to worry about that. More importantly, why isn't anybody coming? What is everyone doing? The body discovery announcement? That's right, there hasn't been an announcement yet. That's why nobody noticed yet. Then I need to hurry and let the others know. From here the motel is close by. There should be a lot of able-bodied people who can help me there. I should hurry. I ran to the motel as fast as I could, trying desperately not to trip over my own feet. Please, they don't make me walk there.
Tell me it's not Ibuki.
Hey, somebody get out here! As soon as I arrived at the motel, I started shouting for help as loud as I could. You fiend! I was wondering who was making such infernal racket. So it was you. Gundam, something awful has happened. What? Why, Gundam? Why must you be like this? Don't tell me. Do you intend to spread the Do you intend to spread the pathogenic bacteria so you can take us all down with you? I won't let you! If you want to pass, you must defeat me first.
Someone hung themselves? Better not let them down. I'm actually amazed we didn't do that. Because imagine if they were still alive.
Yeah.
Not everyone snaps their neck.
Spoilers, if you ever find someone in a position like this, try to get them down first.
But I'm guessing it really is Ibuki, and that fucking sucks. Wait, Ibuki was the one that listened to everything, no? So basically someone could have just said, go kill yourself, and she would have complied.
Basically.
If I remember... Groundhog?
Yeah.
Thanks for the lurk, appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Also Shrift, yeah, please, no jokes about that.
Ah, that sucks. What happened? Is there a problem? Fighting is not allowed.
It's worse than trouble. There's a body.
Huh?
Didn't you hear me? A body was found.
But... body?
I renounce you!
Could it be? Do you intend to spread lies like Nagito in order to confuse us all?
Hold it.
Hajime, is that true?
Of course it is. Isn't it obvious? Chiaki, have you seen Nagito's condition? Yes. This fiend just has the same symptoms as him.
But still,
But there's no way we shouldn't check it out. Cause if Hajime is telling the truth...
Wait, the same symptoms as us?
As Nagito. You know, lying.
Oh.
That means it happened again, right? Killing?
hey,
If that's true, we need to check it out.
If that is the case, I will not stop you.
Leave this to me!
And you fiends go on ahead. No need to worry. I will catch up with you easily.
Why wouldn't he believe us?
I have no idea.
That sounds like famous last words.
Chiaki, can you go?
Yeah, it's better if we hurry, right?
I doesn't go there automatically.
Well, you still have the chance to talk to him.
Mikan, why are you here?
Perfect timing. Please help us, Hajime.
Help us?
hey,
Hajime, someone's coming from over there.
Hajime and Chiaki, what are you guys doing here? Fuyuhiko, why are you here too?
No shit.
Isn't it obvious I'm looking for Ibuki?
Fuck, it is Ibuki.
Looking for Ibuki?
I was planning to rest in the on-call room, but I wanted to check on everyone before I did that. And Ibuki's missing from the hospital all of a sudden.
Huh?
So what Hajime was saying earlier.
Everyone, let's hurry. Hurry where? To the music venue. Don't ask, just follow me. Music venue?
Is Ibuki going to be there?
Thank God they make us walk. Mega, thank you for the sit-ups. I'll get on that in a moment.
No.
And I walked the wrong way. Getting in the extra steps.
It's literally right next to the... But technically, it wouldn't have been that... Actually, yes, it would have been faster.
But first,
I guess go in now?
that's the plan.
Well, you could have still spoken to Ting. But I guess just go inside.
My wound hasn't completely healed yet. Don't make me run too much.
Oh, that must be such a pain with such a
He did it to
stomach
himself.
wound.
But yes.
We found a body!
Hajime runs laps around the island. Gotta get your steps in.
We're not in a hurry.
Fitness is important.
Is Ibuki inside here?
The only way to know is to go inside and confirm if that hanged body is really Ibuki. Yes, let's stand outside and chat more. Let's go. I clenched my teeth and reached my hand toward the door.
Clatter, clatter, clatter.
Huh? What the heck? Why is it locked? That doesn't make sense. I mean, I was able to go through here just a few minutes ago.
That's what you get if you take such a big detour. Then why don't we try from another entrance?
nope.
This is the only entrance to the music venue. There isn't even a window we can go through.
But why is it locked? I don't understand it myself, but
Let's go.
if it won't open, the only thing we can do is force our way through.
I wonder if that's gonna be possible. Of the four of us, two of us are girls, you know.
It's got nothing to do with you.
It doesn't matter if you can do it or not, we have to try.
Damn right.
Let's go, we'll all charge at the same time. Ready, set, go! At Fuyuhiko's signal, we charged into the door at full force.
Bam!
Oh, the door moved. Maybe it'll open easily after all.
Yep.
Even with two girls here.
Let's go.
She's always focused on the...
Yeah. Alright, one more time. At Fuyuhiko's signal, we charged into the door one more time.
Slam!
Finally. It was like a live performance had just ended. That moment of silence just before the audience breaks out in thunderous applause. And a few minutes after that silence, a scream surfaced. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Ibuki.
Wait, what? What the?
There wasn't just a hanged body. There was also another body, a suspended body belonging to Hiyoko.
It's not that I didn't see it coming, but now, really? 2 deaths? Also, that means Hiyoko got killed right after we left. Ding dong dong ding. What the?
A body has been dismounted.
Ding dong, the bitch is dead. Happy now? No. I'm still sad she died, but I'm glad we got rid of her.
Ding dong dong ding.
A body has been now then.
Well, 2 bodies have been
Yeah,
discovered.
true. That's true. 2 body
what's
discovery announcements in a row. That means a hanged body with a handbag on its head. Hiyoko's suspended body. Both of these bodies have been discovered at the same time.
That is very surprising.
Time for sit-ups. While we let that sit in.
That means
Sink
the
in.
only one right now that is not a suspect is Gundam. Because he couldn't have possibly killed Hiyoko in the meantime.
Anyone could have killed Ibuki.
Ibuki, yes, but you really think there's gonna be 2 murderers in one case?
Do you know Mickey and Minnie Mouse voice actors got married in real life? No.
I did not know that.
Tifa, can you please confirm that the camera is working?
I have no clue what you said.
Can you please confirm that the webcam is working now?
Yeah, it is.
Beautiful.
So, who?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay, this one
6,
is hard. Like, Mikan could definitely still be a
7,
suspect.
8.
Especially
9.
concerning Ibuki, it makes sense, and she was
10.
in the hospital and could have told Ibuki to kill herself. But
12.
Hiyoko?
13, 14, 15. Well, Ibuki could have been murdered by literally anyone just telling her, hey, why don't you just hang yourself?
Well, yes, but who killed Hiyoko in the meantime?
It's a good question.
Like, it was between the few minutes it took us to run to the motel.
I hope it wasn't Nagito.
Chiaki was in the home motel, and Gundam was there. Which means those 2 are out. Or they were... I would say it would not be possible for them to kill Hiyoko. I'm also guessing it's not 2 killers, but only 1. Otherwise it would be a bit weird to hang Hiyoko over there.
Why was it so hot in the music venue when we came in?
I know that is a bit weird, but there is, you know, snakes spitting fire in the room.
Yeah, but why would that be brought up?
Yeah, that is true.
It has to be something with heat.
Well, that we're probably gonna find out in the investigation in a moment. But how the fuck? I still want to say Mikan. And she just killed Hiyoko because she snapped, but Ibuki doesn't make any sense. But I don't think it's
No, I don't
Mikan
think so.
anymore.
How about you read your line and we continue to find out?
Yeah, but we must have 2 suspects.
Why 2?
I don't know, 2 seems right. 2 is like the backup.
Nagito, because he's a piece of shit. And
I don't think Nagito can get away with it with his liar disease.
does he know he has the disease?
No, I guess, but yeah, okay, fair enough. Akane wouldn't have the guts to do it right now.
I think it's Nagito.
Seems...
I want it to be Nagito. Basically.
Oh, this one sucks. There isn't even... How many characters do we have left? The Komaru is still in the hospital, probably. There aren't even that many options.
We have Hajime, of course. 1, 2...
Sonia,
Kazuichi's in there still
Kazuichi.
too. Sonia, which we haven't really seen much of lately.
True. Fuck, there isn't even that much choice.
And that's pretty much it.
On the bright side, at least I can max Akane now.
True.
Even though Ibuki was gonna be my next. Okay, this sucks. Who is it gonna be?
However, just because she's hanging there doesn't mean she can't be a traitor. My point still stands.
Oh, what is this?
What?
Hiyoko and... Who the hell is that other one wearing the handbag?
Could it be?
2 victims?
But when I was here earlier, I didn't see Hiyoko's body. I only saw that Hank body over there.
Yes, Evie, because it was her ghost, I bet.
You will all see when I turn out to be Red Man. Not even 10 minutes passed, but still, why?
So how is Hiyoko killed? Is her
have no
throat
idea.
slit? I only see some blood on the...
Well, there's also stuff on the ground that looks smashed for some reason, so...
Yeah, but that's the receiver stuff.
The girls are now outnumbered.
Oh yeah,
lot of-
true.
A lot of people celebrate Hiyoko's demise here. Well, I won't celebrate it because
It's still sad, but
Yeah.
I'm glad she's out of the game.
in a game where I have to choose between her dying or one of the characters I dislike less dying, this is my preferred outcome. In a perfect world, we would have just all left and she would have stayed back alone on the island. But
What is this? Impossible, 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 impossible. It's impossible for killings to happen on this island. Where were you the past 2 chapters?
I was gonna say, how long is she gonna keep this crap up? Like, my first playthrough I kept joking about wanting her to die here, but then I felt kinda bad when she actually died. Now though, I'm happy because I don't have to listen to her bullying Mikun anymore.
Yeah, I get that feeling.
Yeah.
Shut the hell up!
This is just...
For now, we should lower that person wearing the handbag to the ground.
Yes, this is what Hajime should have done 10 minutes ago.
Leaving it like that is just too sad.
Yes! Oh,
But what about preserving the scene of the crime?
Damn it!
Who fucking cares about that?
There's a control panel for the baton lighting on the wing of the stage. You can lower the body with that.
That one. Fuyuhiko ran over to the wing of the stage and pressed a button on the control panel. Beautiful. The motorists sound like the growl of a starving beast. The baton lighting slowly descended.
I feel like that was accurate then.
Yeah, very much. When descended enough for us to reach it, we all worked together to lower the body.
Now, I'm going to take off the handbag, okay? No! Oh. Ibuki.
Even though I expected it, I still didn't want to confront that reality.
Big F.
In the handbag, there was no denying that the face I saw belonged to Ibuki.
Damn it!
It's all my fault. If only I did a better job watching over Ibuki.
So Jack, how's your mastermind fury going? Still kicking? Still alive? This doesn't mean a thing.
It's her ghost. It's gonna be the ghost. You're wrong. It's not your fault, Mikan. No matter how we feel, the one at fault is...
What's the matter?
Jeez, it feels like someone died in here or something.
Hey!
So you finally showed up, the root of all evil.
What the heck?
How dare you call your big brother the root of all evil? I even went to the trouble of bringing everyone for you.
Bringing everyone?
Ah! Are you kidding me?
What the hell is going on here?
That is...
Ibuki? And Hiyoko?
What?
So 2 people have been killed.
What?
Oh, whoa there. That's not all. I've also summoned the others who were at the hospital.
The others?
This is troubling.
Like another serious incident occurred while I was unaware.
Damn it!
In Jack's defense, the mastermind appeared to have died earlier in the game in Danganronpa 1 too.
That is true, but still, Ibuki? Like, come on. No.
You know where you can fit those hands?
No.
Yeah?
Up your butt.
No.
If anything, I
Like
could...
bunny's ears. Do you see this?
No. If anything, I could maybe agree with her being the spy or something, and even that would already be pushing it, but the mastermind?
Danganronpa confirms that evil people, evil people, have stuff on their head. Monokuma has the bear ears. Monomi has bunny ears.
Stuff on their head, their ears. You have ears too on the side of your head.
Junko had the pigtails.
Wow, what a... That is the best proof I've ever heard.
Hands are the new pigtails.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna write this one out. You guys have hair on your heads. Hair is one thing. It's about having something on your head.
He minds the horn hair, the hairs.
minds?
Or he means, not he minds. What did I say how he minds?
I think you need another coffee.
I can't believe they did such a horrible thing.
Nagito, Akane, are you okay?
If it's gonna be Akane, I'm gonna be mad. Wait, what? What do you mean, of course?
No way!
Well, then again, it was a motive for one killing. I'm very glad that's over now.
It's not. I don't believe that.
Why are you talking about the despair disease? Jeez, you guys. That stuff is totally over now. Over? Yeah, 'cause I got bored. For that silly reason? And now that the killing has started, there's no need to keep that motive around anymore. Yeah, that despair disease is gone now, so you don't have to worry about it anymore.
What'd you say?
What the heck? That's impossible. How can you spread a disease and cure it so easily?
Yeah, that's one way to get out of it.
Monokuma is sounding like some people right now. Yes.
Who cares about the itty bitty details? What matters is that it's already been cured. So let's go back to our main topic and proceed as usual. The Monokuma file.
See ya later!
I'll be waiting at the class trial. Do your best to investigate. Blah, blah, blah.
This cannot be.
Again? We have to do this again?
You know what I just thought of?
What?
What if it's several murderers?
Murderers.
Yeah. Where does it say it can only be one person who has done this?
Yeah, but doesn't it seem a bit weird to then add it to this room?
What?
Well, the second body was added.
How do you know the two are related?
Yeah, but why would you move Hiyoko here then?
I don't know. Accidents?
It could be. Are they gonna do something new?
We haven't had a double murder yet, as in two murders happening at the same time.
That is true.
I can't remember. Have you guys played Doki Doki Literature Club? I can't speak today. But...
Yes, I have.
Did you finish it?
Yeah, only once.
Oh, I haven't. But I know of it and I know of the story.
I'm gonna go with it's only one killer. Not because I have proof, but because I think then the characters would go down too fast for the next chapters. Because then we're suddenly -4.
So?
Well, that's a lot. We don't even have that many characters left then.
Yeah, but just because 6 survived in the first game doesn't mean 6 will survive this time.
That is true.
I just think that, but...
Let's have a look.
Good to know.
I don't remember the full story though, because it's been a long time since I played that. But I did go through it once.
I remember most of the story.
Mainly the ending. I already did it.
Silence.
We have no choice. Like last time, if this means one of us killed these two,
Let me tell you this.
then we cannot let this be.
Why do we have to do this?
Damn it.
Thinking like that won't do anything. We have to do this.
Damn it.
If we don't do anything, we'll all be executed.
What do you yearn for?
Abandon your overdependence and complaints this instant. Those have no place in this world. But what about Nekomaru? What's going to happen to him? Is he not going to participate this time? Is that even allowed? There she is again.
Oh. Nekomaru. Huh?
That's weird.
That's strange, I'm crying. What happened to me?
Looks like lingering after effects of a despair disease. It's nothing for you to worry about.
Hey.
Are you okay?
Yep.
Fortunately, it seems like I have nothing to worry about.
This is bad.
Since you had the liar disease, your after effects could be lice, maybe?
Leave it to me.
Abandon your complaints this instant. What the amount of times I say this in a day.
Do you also say it in the deepest voice you can possibly muster? With exaggerated pronunciation? Could be pretty cool.
It's a good line for customer service.
Nando!
Nando, how are you doing?
Happy Friday! How
We're
are you
finally at
doing?
our new kill in chapter 3.
Double
Or first
kill.
kill. First double kill.
Double kill.
And it's true.
Do some sit-ups in a moment.
We'll get to that.
Of course! How else are you supposed to get your points? Do you then also whip out 4 hamsters that you somehow had hidden away in the stuff you're wearing? That would be adorable.
I'm
Summon
quite sure Andre
hamster.
will summon rats.
No. Only to eat you. To the thinking yoga mat in a moment. Do your line.
Please, leave Nekomaru to me. Everyone must focus on investigating. So I must do my very best.
That was a dramatic pause.
Alrighty.
I thought I completely butchered the word for some reason.
Alrighty. I will definitely bring back Nekomaru and win everyone's trust.
It seems we should leave Nekomaru to Monami.
What about guarding this area? Do we still need it?
Damn it.
I'll stay. I still don't feel good yet.
It's better if I stay here too, right? I should perform the autopsy again, right?
Damn right.
And I'll leave that to you.
Then let's get started. So we can end this nightmare for good.
That's right, we need to end this. We need to finish this once and for all. I know there's no way we can believe that one of us did this, but for those two's sake, we need to find out the truth. And then we need to end this nightmare once and for all.
Let's do
Investigate.
the... Okay, question. I still don't see how Hiyoko died.
Perfect moment for sit-ups. I just want to clarify, I'm not happy Hiyoko is dead because I'm not that cool. It's fun to joke about it though. I'm just happy that she's not in the game anymore. 100% agreed.
Yeah,
For that, I will even refrain from refraining to point. I agree.
I fully agree with you.
I would have been just as happy if she somehow like got hit by a coconut in the head or something and her personality changed.
That is also true.
Highly unlikely, but I would have taken it.
Quickly check the... Yes, it's working. Well, in the end, you don't really want anyone to die.
True. I mean, I
Even
dislike
in-
her, I don't hate her that much.
Well, I do hate her, but not to the point where I want her throat slit, because it looks like that has happened.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, suffering, 11, 12, 13,
I'll do one more for you.
14, 15. I think you dropped your microphone.
I did.
But it never falls out of your pocket, huh?
Well, not on the ground. I said it doesn't fall off the table. There's a difference.
Oh, you. Oh, you. This is Danganronpa. She could have just gotten with a spare disease and been a decent character. I would have not minded that.
That would have been nice.
Also, hello Kirishima. How are you doing? Happy Friday. We're all teenagers and teens suck. They would all have had plenty of time to grow and become better people if they weren't in a murder game. Yeah,
Yeah.
indeed.
I'm not sure about Hiyoko, but
Would have been nice.
whatever works. Give me 1 sec, because I have like 6 missed calls.
And I need a short break, so how about we combine the two?
That sounds like a good idea.
I know, right? So, we will be right back.
BRB.
And we are back.
Yes, we are.
Thank you very much for waiting.
But seriously, Ibuki,
Seriously, imagine calling your dad just before you stream and then you wonder why he's trying to reach you.
what? I called him like an hour before stream.
That's what I just said.
That's not just before.
Kinda is. Should have thought of that earlier.
No, it's not.
Is what I am saying.
All right.
Let's get into this.
Also, if work would have called me now, I would have claimed this vacation day back and would have handed it in for Monday.
You could have.
I know.
But why would they call you?
I know. But imagine them calling like on the last day of my vacation.
After office hours. Oh well.
Nope.
Like, I've been putting up with this for a while. But why is it so damn hot in here? I hate being hot. It's because your clothes are so smothering. I seriously can't stand it. I'll let you guys investigate this place. I had the last 3 days off and got work calls on each one. But we don't have a cool labor board like you guys. Yeah. What happens if you don't pick up on your day off?
Yeah, that sucks. Like on our, no, not our last vacation, but the vacation before that, I also got a few calls. But I quickly answered and then told them, hey, no more. But here, technically, if you pick up a work call, your vacation day is invalid. Is invalid.
Yeah, because you worked.
Exactly. So you could get the whole day back.
Yeah.
If you want to be an ass about it towards your work.
Nothing, I just like being responsible like that. Sometimes I'll ignore it and then next day. I get that, but to me, I need to differentiate between my time off and my time working. Like, I didn't do that in the beginning, and that was not good for me.
If it's a real emergency, they'll know where to find us anyway, but like last time it was just for those tiny things that they could easily find themselves, and I find that a bit annoying.
Yeah, I get it. I'm as far as I can go without second NVMe and RAM and Windows SSD. Still 2 stops away.
But they were 2 stops away. See, that's exactly what I mean. They were 2 stops
What is it
away.
with you and not letting me finish my sentence?
No, I was still talking. This time you started when I was talking. But this is exactly what I mean. Like, an hour ago they were 2 stops away. And now they're still 2 stops away. Like, being able to track that is frustrating.
I'll just sit here in silent agreement. That is why the tracking sucks. It makes me way more anxious about when my stuff actually gets delivered when it needs to be. Gonna cry? I should. I feel like I should.
It's okay. Cry in this.
Are you gonna drink my tears?
Maybe.
God, now I've got orphan tears stuck in my head. Why do you do this to me?
Sipping on orphan tears. Sipping on.
And so Kazuichi left the music venue under a cloud of grumbling complaints. But it really is hot. In fact, it's swelteringly hot. Why is it this hot? Oh, before that, I need to check the Monokuma file first.
Okay. What happened to Yoko?
Just being patient. I'm also doing proper cable management since when they made it so easy. Nice.
Might as well.
Proper use of the time.
Okay, so her throat did get cut.
How about you let me read the Monokuma file?
Yep.
There are 2 victims this time, Ibuki Miyoda and Hiyoko Sayonji. Ibuki Miyoda's cause of death was a crushed windpipe as a result of choking. There are no other external injuries. Hiyoko Sayonji's cause of death was blood loss due to her throat being slit by a sharp-edged tool. It appears her death was instant. Is this it? I already knew the cause of death from the beginning, so this isn't going to be a useful clue.
What, you didn't know from Hiyoko? Well, maybe you did, but that's very little blood, by the way. But
Yes, surprisingly little for someone who apparently bled to death. Monokuma File 3 has been added as a truth book. There we go.
it's strange. Why did the killer kill 2 people?
Huh?
I mean, the more people you kill, the more clues you leave, right?
So,
I don't think it's really necessary to kill 2 people and take that kind of risk.
I agree with that.
Or was there a reason that they had to kill 2 people?
A reason for killing 2 people?
Regardless, something like this shouldn't be forgiven, so...
I'll definitely find out. I think.
Seriously, I'd really prefer if she had a more confident sounding catchphrase.
I think there's a letter. Oh no, that's the back. Never mind.
And there also isn't really much to check out here.
I also see no reason still for it to be so hot.
The shattered remains of a machine are spread all over the floor.
I see.
This appears to be the surveillance camera unit.
This, too, must be the will of causality.
Kazuichi put it in the music venue for communication purposes. Why is it destroyed like this?
Perhaps criminal psychology.
You had it.
Yeah, I did have it. Psychology is at play here.
What do you mean?
Well,
Even if they know they are not being recorded, there is no way the killer would tolerate committing a murder in front of a camera. Smart.
So that's why they destroyed the camera. Seems plausible enough. They'd hesitate to murder someone in front of a camera, and that's why the killer destroyed this? Then what was that thing I saw?
Yeah, maybe you should tell them you saw Ibuki hang herself. This is the moment. Say it.
Too easy.
Hey guys, you know what?
Nah.
I tried.
1 stop away, finally. I think he took lunch. Yeah, makes sense.
That does make sense.
It has been like half an hour roughly. Yep.
I guess go through the clues first and then speak to people.
Oh, now I can do more stuff.
Oh yeah.
It is the handbag. Ibuki had a handbag on her head and was hanging from the ceiling. But why did she have a handbag on her head? Wait, huh? That handbag. Upon further inspection, there's a monomer decal on the fabric. It looks like this isn't just a normal bag.
Guess we
That's
should go
all.
to the
My
cinema
God.
later.
It's the rope that was tied to the batten lighting on the ceiling. Ibuki hanged herself with this rope and died. From what I can tell, it looks like a regular length of rope with no unnatural features. But despite the fact that this music venue has a storage room, there shouldn't have been any rope in there. Which means, was it obtained from the supermarket? Did the killer bring it from there? That means anybody could have obtained this rope, and it means it'd be difficult to use this as a clue. Wonder if that's true. Huh? Oh, I just noticed a little something. Is it okay if I confirm it?
Hey!
Excuse me, Mikan, do you have a moment?
What's happened?
There's something I want to ask you. There's no doubt Ibuki's cause of death was being hanged by this rope, right?
Yes. She had no other external injuries, so there's no doubt she died from hanging herself.
I see.
So Ibuki died by hanging herself. That was obvious the moment we discovered the body. You might not have seen it, but we all saw that she hanged herself.
What, we all saw that now?
Yeah, not true, but
We all saw that she was hanged, but not that she did it herself. Or did we already say that and I missed it?
no, we have not told anyone that we saw it happen.
Okay. Well, we're the ones who said it now, so... Okay.
You're right, yep, I got it. So this rope won't be much of a clue. Then I might as well search another place. Jeez, as usual, I have no idea what he's up to.
He probably found something already.
Yeah, imagine telling us.
Oh look, the green curtain.
Is the dress white and gold or black and blue? Remember that? Also, the original picture, the dress was definitely white and gold.
I've seen that picture and I've seen it in both colors.
It's
It
not
all
about
depends
that.
on how your mind perceives
No,
it.
the original picture that became a meme back then was white and gold.
Yes, that can be, but I've seen it in both, even though it was only once. I've seen it in blue and black once.
I've been able to see both. My favorite thing about this whole story was that the people who made that dress also brought out a black and blue version and just completely capitalized on it. Genius. Genius.
It's seriously just a mind thing.
There's a massive candle positioned near the front of the stage. The dull light in that video must have been coming from this candle. A candle this huge might be perfect for lighting, but they didn't need to bother using a candle. They could have just used the normal stage lighting. Why would there be a candle here? I don't get that.
I have no clue.
I only ever saw black and blue and still can't see white and gold. I've been able to see both. I see white and gold in the picture of a white and gold dress. I'm not saying if you see it as black and blue you're wrong, but it is white and gold. Yep.
I think he was mad about that for like a whole week.
Of course. Why wouldn't I be? Also, hello Zen. How are you
Hey
doing?
Zen, how
Thank
you
for the
doing?
sit-ups. We'll get on them in a moment. It was insane how quickly that spread. I was in a dance class when it happened and I was like, what? When I saw it after. We were literally debating it in my classes in high school the next day. That's how good it was too.
Yeah, because it's really interesting. It was also one of the first times I've actually seen something like that. Like now you see more of it because it got so popular, but there's also one of like strawberries where they look a bit bluish instead of red.
It literally spread within an hour. Yeah, because it was this important. I'm not
Yep.
saying... Hiroshima, you figured me out. I did think of that earlier. Why is this candle here, Tifa?
I really... Was that candle wasn't there before, right? Someone literally put a candle there.
Yeah. I don't understand why it's so hot in the venue.
I don't see any clues to that.
Yoko's body is suspended against the pillar on the side of the stage. She's wrapped against a pillar with duct tape and she looks like she was forced to stand upright. Damn it, who did this? According to the Monokuma file, her cause of death was a slit throat. Her neck looks like it stopped bleeding, probably because of a duct tape wrapped around it. But why is Hiyoko's kimono like this? Her kimono is all disheveled, also her sash is tied in the front. Did the killer do this too? But
Now that you mention it, that is a bit
when
weird.
did the killer kill Hiyoko? When I first discovered Ibuki's body, I didn't see Hiyoko's body here. If that's the case, Hiyoko was killed. It must have been during the time I was getting everyone before I came back here. But that was barely 10 minutes. Is it really possible that the killer killed Hiyoko and taped her up in such a short amount of time?
Imagine, because you took an entire walk around the island, it took 10 minutes. Like, if you went back straight away, we would have caught them in the act.
Imagine if Hajime did the thing you should be doing if you see someone hanging from a rope, which is to try to get them down.
No, that's something else. Watching a movie that's emotional, oh, The Lovely Bones is quite nice. Well, nice, you know what I mean. It's a good movie. Enjoy.
That one messed me up too.
Yep, that's pretty
Even
good.
if it is possible, whoever did it would have had a narrow window of time to do so. Because the killer must be someone who doesn't have an alibi during that time, right?
Let's quickly do the sit-ups first.
Sounds like a plan. While everybody can look at their favorite character, Nagito.
Well, the heat can't be from the candle.
Now that is highly unlikely. Oh wait, I didn't
But
turn on the
still,
candle.
having a candle there makes no sense. Did they not want to turn on the light? Or
Why is it so hot in the venue?
there are no windows, so it's also not like someone would have seen you're in there. Maybe
Candle, even a big one like that, wouldn't heat up an entire venue.
maybe Ibuki would took the candle along?
I mean, there are those flames coming out of those like ornamental statue golem head thingies, or gargoyle heads or whatever they're called. Yeah, gargoyle heads or anything.
Maybe it was just for dramatic effect.
Yeah, but why would you turn up the heat in the venue? Like, there's no point.
Yeah, that seems a bit weird.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Short break to think. And
Well, there's probably something causing it.
why would you put the candle there?
Well,
If you needed light, you could have just turned on the light.
I don't know. Seems weird.
Also, I was thinking maybe part of it was used to like cover Hiyoko standing there or being taped to that like pillar, but
We also haven't seen a place with a candle, have we?
yes, the little shrine thingy that Hiyoko had built for Mahiro.
Oh yeah, but those were bone candles.
Those were candles on top of bones, yes. Still candles.
Well, I guess we can see if one is
11.
missing from there, but
12,
still seems weird.
13, 14, 15.
Candles make no sense here.
Candles are weird.
There's blood on the ladder, by the way. Ibuki isn't bleeding.
Oh yeah.
Did we already check the ladder?
No, we have not.
Then it's probably gonna get mentioned in a moment.
Probably yes.
Yeah.
It was interesting coming to this case with a lot of knowledge about theaters. I can answer theater-related questions if you have any. I think I will at some point, but not yet. Because I think when we came into the room the first time, Hiyoko was already there. I don't think that happened within the 10 minutes we spent walking around.
I really don't think Kyoko was there.
Hello, Roma.
But
How are
now
you
you're
doing?
making me
Happy
doubt.
Friday.
Hey Roma, how you doing?
I love V2, so do we.
So far, it's pretty good. As you can already see, we're currently in chapter 3. Just witnessed the death of Ibuki and Hiyoko. And I have no clue who did what.
Turning up the heat will make finding the time of death impossible. Body temperature lowers 1 degree per hour until its room temperature. Makes sense. I didn't think of it.
Is an interesting detail, but
Also,
I believe in...
Hey, happy Friday. How are you doing?
That, of course, everything he said. But I believe in the Monokuma file, it will always say around which time they passed away.
Didn't.
It's usually in there.
Nope.
It's like, oh, they died roughly around 8.
It didn't say that this time.
But we didn't also fully check the file.
Yes, we did.
Did we?
Yes, we went through it already.
Oh, okay.
There.
Well, then I didn't say anything.
We went through the whole thing earlier.
I'm just saying, usually it says the time.
Today I learned. Yes. Indeed. The Monokuma file is always missing the important info.
Yeah, fair
True.
enough.
True. It's almost like that's on purpose.
Question is, though, maybe that candle was used because it was night to find the way. What if it was what we saw was a pre-recording?
True.
And then she took it to like navigate her way through the dark.
True, it could have happened like yesterday. After we did the video transmission thing.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't explain Hiyoko hanging there, but...
I'm saying Hiyoko was there already. We just didn't see it for some reason. That's
I can't remember if we also saw the side of the room or not when we came in.
We just had a flashback, remember? It's a baby monitor though. Those only have live footage.
Yeah,
That is
also
something
true.
that I believe the ultimate engineer could change.
So far, there's nothing here that makes sense yet. So let's continue.
Also, yes, I would assume this, well, it's made for like live footage, but if you can, I guess it depends on the cables it uses, because if you can connect something that is showing a pre-recorded video and just have that connected to the thing that transmits the signal, that could work, I would think, but I'm pretty sure we're gonna find out.
It's still weird.
Ah, Hajime, do you have a minute? No, you're in the way.
Now.
I don't wish to be in your way at all, but there's something I really need your help with. Help?
Actually,
If you look closely, there's an unnatural shape bulging from inside Hiyoko's kimono. So I was thinking she might be hiding something. Wait, hold on. Don't tell me you want me to search inside Hiyoko's kimono.
Huh?
That's exactly it.
Why?
Well, it would have been a problem if she were alive, but she's dead now, you know? Doesn't make it better. Don't mess with me. Are you saying there's no problem with that now that she's dead? Fine. If you don't want to do it, I'll just have to ask someone else.
Hey!
Akane!
What's up?
Hey,
There's something I want you to do for me. It looks like there's something inside Hiyoko's kimono, so can you feel around for that?
What?
Huh? I don't really understand, but I just gotta check Hiyoko's kimono, right?
thanks.
Thank you, Akane. Helping each other is such a wonderful thing.
Now then.
Let's see.
Akane reached through the duct tape binding Hiyoko as she stuck her hand inside her kimono.
That's weird.
Damn it, she's tied up so tight I can't really reach her with my hand. Oh wait, hold on. That's me.
Why don't we just cut her loose?
That's messing with the crime scene.
Wow. True, I guess.
It would have been much harder to reach Ibuki and to not see who it is.
Wow. Still in line though.
I thought it was you.
No.
There's something. Is this what you were looking for?
Is this a key?
Perhaps
It looks different than the keys to the cottage, so this may be the key to her motel room. The key to her motel room, huh?
What?
If her key was so deep inside her kimono that it'd be hard to remove, then it's very unlikely that the killer tampered with this evidence.
Isn't that right?
Because if this is a trap, they would have put it more toward the front of her kimono so we'd notice it easier. Which means we can conclude that this is something Hiyoko had with her all along.
How big is this key that he saw it through the kimono? Doesn't a kimono have like several layers?
It depends on how it was in there, because if it was like flipped for some reason, then you would probably see a small bulge from it. Also, it's not like I'm adding to that or anything, but you looked like you were curious about the condition of Hiyoko's body, right, Hajime? Of course, that's why I'm investigating. It's true there are several mysteries regarding her body. Just hear me out for a second. Out of all those mysteries, what I think is the strangest is...
See?
the way they wrapped her body with that duct tape. It's almost like they were trying to hide the wound on Hiyoko's neck, don't you think? Hide the wound on her neck? I don't really know if that was the true intention, but I guess it's a big help for our investigation. The reason for the low volume of blood is because the duct tape is acting as a compress, right? If her body was left alone, her throat was slit, the surrounding area would be a sea of blood. A sea of blood, huh? 2 dead bodies floating in a sea of blood. That's enough to make anybody faint. Nowhere did he say floating in blood.
Which reminds me, the body must have been placed after. Remember how the door was locked when we came back? Why would someone just come back if the body was already there and lock the door? Also, wait, how did they get out? There was no other entrance and no window. Unless... no, that's not possible.
I have no idea.
Which means someone was there.
Do we have another locked room mystery?
Well,
Damn.
seems to be the case. If there really is no other, well, there has to be another way, I guess, but...
Could they have recorded a video on another device,
I
like
understand.
pointed the baby monitor at a TV? Yes.
But then
But
they
then
still...
there would need to be another screen in here that they could have recorded off of. Which, I mean, there's a stage here, but plausible. But we haven't seen one yet.
Maybe it's like Hiyoko killed Hibuki and then someone else killed Hiyoko. Like with the first game. Where there was like an accomplice.
Let's find out. The stepladder is tripped. The stepladder is tripped. The stepladder is tipped over on its side. This must be the stepladder that Ibuki used in the video I saw.
Isn't that a bloodstain? Look, there's blood around the left side of the stepladder. As I recall, Ibuki didn't have any external injuries. If that's the case,
And then it must be Hiyoko's blood.
that's the only thing I can think of.
A bloodstain that probably belongs to Hiyoko's on the left side of the stepladder. What does it mean? This thing is confusing me.
This
What
one
then
is
is you
confusing.
missed us finding the 2 dead bodies. Who's your prime suspect?
Well, we have Mikan.
No.
Mikan still makes sense because of Ibuki. And she also has enough reason to kill Hiyoko. Seeing how we also mentioned that she was super hot, it could be that she was sick and now got healed again, as Monokuma said. But we also still have everyone else basically, with the exception of Nekomaru,
Who isn't
Gundam,
here?
and Chiaka.
Chiaka?
Chiaka.
Sure thing, Tiffy. Chiaka, my favorite Danganronpa 2 character.
Oh, good morning. Okay, I'm just gonna go so far with everyone except for those people.
Yeah, I really don't want it to be Mikan, but it would make sense given that...
Sorry, Ify.
Fair. It makes
Yeah.
sense given that they established that the despair disease like turns your personality around. So her being all sweet and kind and caring for other people would become a murderous bitch. Somehow, I guess.
Well, it would be the opposite of Mikan saving people.
Thank you for confirming what I just said.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, thank you for repeating it.
I'm agreeing.
Other than that, I would like it really to be Nagito, but I don't think it's him. But I want it to be him. Yeah, my prime suspect is Nagito because he's a piece of shit. And I don't want it to be Mikan, even though that would make sense, but I think that's too obvious.
And I agree, that is cruel. Ibuki was so happy performing the other day, having a whole concert, and now they hanged her right there.
Wow, you really hate Nagito? Yes. Second most hated character for me after Hiyoko. Easily. Ibuki's body lay atop the stage. She's wearing the hospital gown that she was wearing when she was sick. What's this on Ibuki's feet? I didn't notice when she was hanging, but the soles of her feet are dirty. It's blood, right? There shouldn't be any external injuries on Ibuki. If that's the case, his blood belongs to someone else.
Wait, so Hiyoko was killed first,
Damn right.
and then while walking towards...
Hiyoko was killed first, Ibuki saw them, and the murderer told Ibuki to kill herself while she was still under the influence of a despair disease to get rid of a witness.
That makes a lot of sense, but... why was Ibuki even there in the first place, and why set up the whole camera thing?
Because it's established that she wanders around, or she wandered around. Remember how
true,
she was
true.
the jump scare earlier?
Yeah, true.
Just like suddenly standing in the hallway?
That makes a lot of sense.
I know. So the true question then is, who killed Hiyoko? And why?
If Ibuki really is an accident, then I am gonna go with Mikan got infected by the disease and went for Hiyoko because of all the rage she probably had. If you were a Mikan turned murderess, who would you go for?
I think if that was the case, she would have recovered too fast.
Yeah, but it was in the last night and Monokuma literally recovered everyone.
Yeah, but we only know of 3 confirmed cases, and they all suffered from it at least several days.
Yeah, fair enough. Maybe I'm just too focused on Mikan because she was like a main character this chapter.
So unless Monokuma just waited for her to get sick and then immediately cured her, which is weird but possible, it's Danganronpa after all.
Yeah, fair enough. I guess Mikan is too obvious.
Yes, also I want Mikan to survive, I like her.
Yeah, I do.
Hey Hajime, can I talk to you for a sec? You already discovered the body before you met our professor, right? Yeah, at first I didn't know it was Ibuki because of a handbag though.
I literally can't think of anyone else who has reason. Oh, she's not there.
I'm saying we couldn't see her. Not that she's not there. The question is how.
Well, someone must have... Actually, it can't have been Mikan because Mikan was sleeping next to us.
Yeah, and where did she go after? We don't know where anybody is during the time we spent running away from Mikan.
True. I guess it could have been Fuyuhiko as well. But would you really...
Laid revenge for his sister?
Yeah, that seems unlikely. Like, after his character development, I really don't think he would kill someone right now.
Hey Buki, what's up? Nothing much, just hang around. Oh god. Oh. Wow, Shrift, wow.
Mikan having caught the disease is the only thing that comes in my mind, but none of this makes any sense.
Rude, yes.
Too soon. Too soon.
But I knew right away she was dead since she was hanging from that rope.
Like...
Which means Ibuki must have died before Hiyoko was tied up. That helps. There's no time of death written in the Monokuma file this time. So I wasn't really sure who died first. It's true the estimated time of death wasn't written in the Monokuma file this time. But I should know when Ibuki died because I personally saw it. No, you didn't see it, you saw a video. In that video, Ibuki was climbing the stepladder on her own, so right after that...
You know what's annoying?
Wait, hold on.
The placing is in such a way that you couldn't see if the blood was on there before or not.
Correct. Wait. I think I had it, but then I didn't because I thought before I spoke. Hey, this hurts me just as much as you. I've gotten over it by this point, and as such, I'm free to make jokes at her expense.
Yeah, I
Here's
wish.
to Ibuki, even though she's still suspicious.
I wish Ibuki would have still been there.
Nothing makes sense yet.
If Ibuki climbed that stepladder and died right after, does that mean she committed suicide? No, that's impossible. Because even if Ibuki committed suicide, it doesn't explain Hiyoko's death afterward. Two different deaths happen at the same time. There's no way that's a coincidence.
You could check the curtain too.
Why is this one ripped apart, but this one isn't?
I don't know, fashion. Think you're...
No, there's still these posters over it, so that
Think you're
seems
thinking
like
too
it's
much there.
done deliberately and not because it got ripped apart. Let's talk to Chiaki, I guess.
Wait, you didn't check the curtain
Sorry,
yet.
Chiaka.
You didn't check the curtain yet.
With her arms crossed and a thoughtful look on her face, Chiaki was silently staring at the stage floor. Did something drop on the floor there?
Nothing dropped. It's just dirty.
Dirty?
Hey. Take a close look at the floor.
See?
Is that a blood smear?
If you look closely,
You're right, there's a smudge as if something was wiped off. Wait, this isn't something. Is this a bloodstain?
Yep.
well, a bloodstain isn't strange. Hiyoko's neck was slashed not far from here.
But still...
Rather, what's strange is, why did the killer try to hide it?
Hide it?
So...
If they weren't trying to hide it, they wouldn't have bothered wiping it off.
The reason the killer wiped off the bloodstain. As long as the body is nearby, there's no way they'd be able to conceal the crime by wiping off a bloodstain. So what was the killer trying to hide?
I thought chapter 2 didn't make any sense, but boy.
Tifa knows all the latest pole fashion. Yes.
Well, I just don't see how the poles have anything to do with this.
Hiyoko died instantly, yes, that's what we are led to believe.
That's what the Monokuma file says.
I'm beginning to think that whoever did this also told Ibuki to kill Hiyoko. Because
then-
there's a smudge of blood on the ground and... Wait, no, that wouldn't fit with the stuff on Ibuki's feet because there were spots and not a smear.
I'm guessing Hiyoko got killed right under her.
Wait, Hajime says there's a black curtain. Earlier he said it's green.
No, I said it's green.
Because Hajime said it's green.
No, Hajime said it's black, and then I said no, it's green.
Oh.
It was black before.
Why did you say it's green?
Because in the camera scene it was green. Don't make me go back in the VOD to show you.
So your eyes cannot make up for the difference in quality with a video transmission? And you have an opinion on the white and gold dress? Really? No.
I'm gonna show you after stream.
Invalidated.
No, but I'm guessing first Ibuki hung herself. Maybe Hiyoko somehow came in, I don't know. Maybe tried to help her. Her throat got slit under her and her throat and blood splashed under the slippers because they weren't like smeared. They were splashes.
No.
Which only means it can come from under.
No. Ibuki died last.
It makes sense, but it also doesn't make sense. Like everything speaks against everything here.
Unlike Dutch wisdom, this chapter does not speak for itself.
No, it doesn't.
There's a black curtain hanging at the far side of the stage. This curtain, it's not wide enough. It can't reach from one edge of the stage to the other.
Huh?
It's not really a full-length curtain.
This curtain wasn't originally here, right? If it was, it's strange that it doesn't fit properly.
It was probably obtained from the furniture section of the supermarket. See, the back of the curtain is taped for temporary use, just like the curtain at the supermarket.
So you're saying someone took the time to actually bring that curtain from the supermarket?
If they went that far, this was probably something that the killer really needed for this crime.
Why did they need it?
Who knows?
I'm so confused.
Well, it wouldn't be a mystery if the answers came easy. Can we get that flashback scene again? Because I have a feeling, but... No, doesn't look like it.
Right now, I don't see us solving this.
If Hiyoko was killed on stage, did the killer drag her there? Could be, but then I would expect there to be more blood.
Yeah, the smudge wasn't that much. That's the weird thing.
She is child-sized, so it would have been easy for someone to overpower her. Yeah. Well, easier than the others, most likely.
Yeah.
If so, that is horrifying too. Yes. Yes. Oh, the eggs are considerate angels. Love you guys. No, love you.
Love, love.
Also, I would like to point out that that was entirely me and not Tifa.
You did do all the work, that is true.
No, but if it hadn't been for you, I would not have been inspired to do these things.
Wow. I'll take it.
You are the catalyst to my greatness.
You're awfully half nice today. Suspicious.
Morning hour has gold in the mouth. Yeah, rolls right off the tongue.
Yes, it does.
I'm thinking...
What does the curtain have to do with anything?
I'm thinking we didn't see Hiyoko earlier because there was a curtain around this.
No, we saw the whole pole in the picture. Sorry.
Did we?
No, I'm not sure.
Exactly. Double gold!
The bot likes gold today.
Yes. Why are monkeys ugly? They can be cute. Yes, Tifa, why are monkeys ugly?
Monkeys are super adorable. I have no clue. I didn't make this saying.
Please explain yourself on behalf of the Dutch culture.
Well, someone who made that saying thought monkeys were ugly.
Apparently, thinking monkeys are or can be cute makes you a kobold too. This is what I get for commenting on the gold. Yes. Apparently, all the monkeys. Nobody knows.
That could be it too. Oh, check the thing with the temperature.
Oh, 86 degrees. This looks like the music venue's AC unit. That's right. You might be able to adjust the hot air in the music venue with this. Alright, I should mess around with it a little, like so. It's running as a heater, over 86 degrees Fahrenheit. Now I know why it's so damn hot. Better turn off the heater for now. That should cool things off a little.
How much is that?
26 degrees Celsius.
Okay, so what my brother always puts it on.
Oh, 30 actually.
degrees. Okay, that
I
is
was
really
wrong.
warm.
That's pretty damn warm. I would hate that.
But why? Still processing. Ugh.
It's
Hope
all
it's
that
done soon.
quality it needs to process. 86F is hot indoors. Yes, it's also hot outside.
You won't find me outside with those temperatures.
Same, not if I don't have to. We have not checked everything.
True.
There's still this thing left. There's a control panel on the wing of a stage. It seems you can use this control panel to raise and lower the baton lighting on the ceiling. In fact, we used this to lower Ibuki's hang body. Speaking of lighting, the video of a music venue I saw.
Oh, see? Green. That's what I was saying. Now I don't even need to show you the VOD anymore. But I think that's a glitch because he even said it's black in the thingy.
Yeah.
So count on that being black and not having moved them. Okay.
I have my room set to 69, but it's currently 71. I say nice when I adjusted it. That is amazing.
Nice.
I don't get the chance to do that because over here we use Celsius. So if it was 69 Celsius, we would be dead.
Unfortunately.
So we can never have a nice temperature inside.
Ranger, thank you for the lurk.
I'm confused though. But would it be worth it? No, I enjoy living too much. But it would be pretty cool just to say nice.
I'll put 69 with other things like 69 donuts. I'll go nice on that one too.
Next time I go to a sauna, if that ever happens again, then I'll set it to 69 degrees for a moment. It had a dim candlelight ambience to it, and it didn't look like this lighting was used at all. But why didn't they use this lighting? Was there some reason that would have inconvenienced them?
So you have appeared.
Okay, so
Notice what?
the video was not filmed on the stage as it is currently.
As in?
There was a different curtain there.
But he said the curtain was black.
I don't care. It was a different curtain.
I'm quite sure that's just a color glitch.
I don't care. I'm confused.
Well, why do you think it's a different curtain? Not based on color, because he said it's black.
Because of a candle.
What does the candle have to do with it?
You have a light system installed up there.
Yes.
Why would you use a shitty small candle?
I don't know, but what does that have to do with the curtain?
To throw you off visually with good light, you would have been able to tell easier that that is not the same curtain in the background.
So you really think someone took off that massive fucking giant curtain and hung a new one on?
Danganronpa. Do I need to remind you that in the first game we had to solve Hero not being a robot?
Where do you put the curtain? Do you know how heavy that thing would be as well?
I'm confused.
I'm still confused about the locked door and nowhere to get out. Also, there was a storage room, no? Maybe there's a secret exit.
True.
Like, I can't imagine you have a bar named Tiddy Typhoon with no backup door or back entrance.
Never been to a sauna. I gotta go and have a bro off someday. Bro can be gender neutral, right? I think so. I also say guys all the time, and I mean everybody.
Or dude. I just call everyone dude.
Even though there's dude and dudette.
Yeah, but dudette doesn't sound nice.
Yeah, I don't use it myself either.
Everyone's dude, everyone's bro.
I call her bro sub all the time too.
You sometimes do actually.
but yeah, when you tell cool stories, for example. Give me a little sip of water. Stop. A little sip. Wow.
Fine, no?
And now fill me up, bro. Nice.
There you go.
You can pretty easily lower the flies on or to change curtains. Yes.
But why would you go through that trouble?
To then put that around the pillar on the right so that we don't see Hiyoko's body there.
Well, continue. I see.
The question is, what happened to the real curtain? I'm guessing it's in the back room. I see. So you noticed too, fiend. Huh? Noticed? So you didn't notice? Are those eyes just little glass balls? Can't do his voice. Take a good look at the baton lighting above your head. Have you not noticed that aberrant item?
What?
Look at the baton lighting? I told you! I know I didn't see that. You mean that?
What?
There's something that looks like black paper stuck to the baton lighting. So you finally noticed. But I can't really see it from here. I should lower the baton lighting one more time and...
I can see it!
There is no need!
Go, my 4 dark devas of destruction!
Go, Mirage Golden Hawk Jumpy! Now is the time for you to take flight! Feast your eyes upon the brave souls of my 4 dark devas of destruction!
I wish they would show this scene.
Yes. A hamster launched itself from Gundam's hand and ran up to the baton lighting on the ceiling in a flash.
What a good hamster.
You make the hamster sounds too.
Choo choo.
No, not chuchulu. It's 3 U's, that's a long U.
Choo choo.
Yeah.
What do you think would be more? Choo choo.
I feel like this venue can't be up to code. Yeah. It started running around this stuck slip of paper in rapid circles. And then the paper fluttered downward and was deftly caught by Gundam. Did you see that? Behold the power of the ultimate evil eye wielder!
I am still so much confusion. So much.
You'll see. I got this. No.
Those things on stage don't mean anything, no? The holes.
No, that's just the tile, the wooden planks.
Okay.
Thing.
Whoa, that is amazing. I have never seen a hamster do tricks.
How pitiful.
They're my 4 dark devas of destruction. Hamsters are merely their temporary form. So, what's with that paper? I like how Jimmy doesn't give a fuck about it. It seems to be some kind of thick paper, though it does not only have... Let me start again. It seems to be some kind of thick paper, though it does not have any special spells scribed into it.
That was close.
It appears it's nothing useful.
Can I ask why you do that?
This?
Yeah.
This is
Like
how I
every
channel my
time
Gundam.
he does the Gundam voice, he always like goes like this on the desk.
Yeah.
But every time you go,
Yeah, it helps.
okay.
Should I tell you all the things you're doing with your hands when you do certain voices? Because you do the same thing.
Really?
Yeah.
I just thought it was funny how you always go.
Yeah. I need
And then even if you go like with emphasis, you like press the table
Yes.
with your finger.
I need to pull the pressure from the desk plate into my finger, into my vocal cords.
So you pull the voice out of your fingertips, is what you're saying.
Basically, yeah. I ship them so much! Gundam X Honey has got to be one of the best ships.
Yeah, I see it. What I don't see is this fucking trial.
No, that's not it. There's no doubt this is some kind of clue. I mean, the fact that it was stuck in a place like that, no matter how we think about it, it's too unnatural. Yes, Hiyoko was dead when we first came in here. Someone threw that stuff over the rail thingy, around the pillar, and covered it like that.
Okay.
If we get a flashback again of when we first entered the room, we need to check the right side of the screen to see if we can see that white ring of the railing.
But then why are there blood splatters under Ibuki's feet? Like, it's not from walking through blood. It can't be... Or is that just like a visual sort of glitch thing that she just walked or shuffled through the blood and there's supposed to be smears instead of droplets?
I don't know. I think we're gonna find out one.
I am really confused.
Also, it can now be officially stated that there's a third chapter with 2 victim curse in effect. Oh yeah, true.
That's
It
the
was
chapter
also
3
the
as
third
well.
chapter in the first one.
Oh, that's actually kind of nice.
That's evil.
Nice little detail.
A scrap of thick paper. The door that says staff only. Looks like the inside is a storage room.
Oh,
but
let's not go in.
I can't go inside, I'm not staff. I might as well investigate in here too. Yes, thank you, Hajime.
Good thing it's not the girls' bathroom that was there, huh?
Look what we found. Literally the same stuff and it's missing a piece.
Okay, but this does confirm that the killer came back here, got rid of that again,
Yeah, it's right here.
locked the door.
And if we were to unroll this, there would be blood inside. Wanna bet?
But then,
I guess Hajime works here now since he's staff. That's his career choice after he's done with Island.
I am still so confused.
There is carpeting, wallpaper and paint on the shelf. It's probably used for stage decorations. This thick black paper that's folded up on the lower shelf. It looks like wallpaper. There are a lot of stickers plastered or pasted all over the front side of this wallpaper. And this edge of a wallpaper, it looks a little torn, but what does this mean?
Okay, so the piece that's missing is the one the hamster fetched.
I know he's a teenager, but why is Hajime so stupid? There's a lot of stickers with this venue's logo placed here. It's like they made a bunch of them and had too many left over. It feels somewhat depressing. Huh? Compared to last time, I feel like there are less stickers than before. Am I overthinking this? No! Someone put them on the stuff! Why can't they figure this out? There's a lot of different musical instruments lined up here. I know about guitars and drums, but there are also instruments and machines that I've never seen before. But they don't look like they pertain to the case. You can see your whole body in this huge full-length mirror. It's probably used for checking costumes. With a mirror this big, it'd be easy to check how you look. They also use the mirror.
It's not a bullet thingy.
Not yet. Nagito, did you come here to investigate the storage room too? I just wanted to confirm what you were thinking. Is that it? Or is he trying to stand guard here? So, how about it? Did you find any clues? The tipped over stepladder on the stage, duct tape binding Hiyoko, that probably all came from this storage room. There might be other things from the storage room that they used for the crime. You always pretend to give me hints, but in the end you're just going to be on the killer's side, right? Oh, I'm not siding with the killer, you know? I'm just on the side of whoever acts in the name of hope. That's all there is to it. That's the main reason why this case is really special. Huh?
Man.
But I can't say for certain though. What is this guy saying? As usual, he's not making any sense.
Hajime.
By the way, I still don't quite understand the details of what happened.
Right?
Hey, if you can explain it to me in detail, I think I'd be able to give some more useful information. Really? You might end up confusing us again instead. You don't want us to find the truth, you just want to make us suffer.
So mean.
It's not true. I'm not doing this because I believe it's for everyone's sake. Oh well. For the sake of everyone's hope, I'd gladly become the enemy and I won't even mind when I die.
Damn it.
That's the main reason why I can't overlook this case this time. Huh? What does that mean? Regardless, I guess you're not gonna tell me, huh? Well, it can't be helped. I guess I'll just rely on my gut feelings. Gut feelings?
Hey.
You should come by later too. I'll go there first and wait for you. Where exactly are you talking about? Well, obviously the movie theater. After he said that, Nagito walked out of my sight.
Makes sense.
Movie theater? Why this sudden interest in the movie theater? I guess that's everything important in the storage room. Guess I should go back to the music venue. How is none of this a truth bullet? Come on.
Well, because he hasn't guessed yet, I guess. That it's part of it.
There should still be things I need to investigate.
You still need to speak to everyone.
I'm guessing. Hopefully only Mikan for the autopsy report.
If only I'd noticed sooner, Ibuki might have been saved.
Hey, when did you realize Ibuki was missing?
After leaving Nagito's room, I went to the on-call room, and that's when it came to me that I should go check on how everyone in the hospital is doing one more time before I go to sleep. And so I went to the patient's room and noticed that Ibuki was gone. So I quickly ran out of the hospital.
So that's what happened.
And then I saw Fuyuhiko in front of the hospital, so I asked him if he could help me look for Ibuki. That reminds me, where were you? I thought you were resting in the lobby.
That is a long story.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's not like I doubt you or anything. Then there's no way I doubt you, because we've been together since this morning.
You're right. We were together until you went to the on-call room.
That's right. We were together until just a little before the morning Monokuma announcement. So I don't doubt you. I'm telling the truth. Is it alright if I continue with my autopsy? If you talk to me again later, I'll tell you what I know.
This conversation was slightly weird.
So please, spare my life at least.
What happened to not doubting me?
Now you can probably leave. Oh,
Guess I gotta talk to everyone. Spare my life.
Please, senpai.
Damn right.
Hey Jimmy, look at this. What?
Huh?
Look what's in front of the door. This is a drumstick, right? And it looks like it's broken. What happened to it?
Like...
If something like that is in front of a door, you think it might be a really big clue? Why would this be a clue?
Hey.
Remember when we came to the music venue?
it was used to lock the door.
Yeah.
But still, the person must have been able to get out of there. How? There's literally no way out.
The door was locked when we tried to go inside and the four of us charged into the door. But when I examined it, I found out that this door doesn't have a lock at all. Huh?
I get it.
The door is designed to be pushed open and this is the shape of that handle.
Oh.
If a stick was used to bar the door here, well, don't you think it would be... Why can't I read today? Well, don't you think it would lock the door and keep it from opening? You mean, you think the drumstick was used to lock the door? The broken drumstick on the floor in front of the door should be proof of that. Then how was the killer able to get out?
Huh?
I mean, the music venue doesn't even have windows. This door is the only entrance. If I locked the door from the inside, the killer wouldn't be able to escape outside.
Like...
maybe the killer was still inside when we broke down the door to the music venue. And they waited until we're already at the scene of his crime to join us?
I get it.
Oh, you know, like they did in the first game?
Yeah, that makes sense, but there aren't any characters who could have done that.
Really? Which one of us was checking the staff room door?
What do you mean?
Well, when we came in, we all went over to the dead bodies.
Yes. Who was all with us?
Nobody. Well,
No, after. It's about when we came in again the second time to break down the door. Because we came in first.
Fuyuhiko,
Fuyuhiko.
Chiaki, and Mikan.
So it basically can't be any of them then. Because the killer has to be inside.
It all depends on the order of the two of them dying.
Yeah, but Ibuki was hanging there and dead. We left to get help. After that, someone closed the door. You really think Ibuki climbed down again?
She could have.
I somehow doubt that.
Unlikely.
Which means the killer has to be, or had to still be in that room if there is absolutely no other exit. But that leaves no one.
Why can't we get a truth bullet of the picture as we saw it when we showed up here? That would be nice.
Would have been handy.
You know, don't they use tricks like that a lot in mystery dramas and stuff? If that's the case, there might be evidence of that around here somewhere.
Damn it.
And I'm definitely gonna find it. I won't let the killer get away with this. The killer was still inside when we broke down the door to the music venue, huh? Like you said, that might be possible, but...
I've listened to the whole story.
I'm gonna count it.
Jerky, that was kind of cool entrance.
Well,
Besides the broken drumstick, I've also discovered something interesting.
What is it?
see?
There's that.
Glue, I'm gonna guess.
Wait, so the broken drumstick was probably already there and the door was just glued together.
Also doesn't make a lick of sense so far to me.
Nothing makes sense so far. I thought chapter 2 was confusing.
Look, there's a weird glob where the right and left door touch. See?
You're right. What is this? It looks too firm to think it's rubber.
Yep.
It doesn't look like rubber, but
As she said that, Cherokee bent down, scraped off his semi-transparent glove with her finger.
Yes, please eat it.
Don't do this at home, please. Why are you putting it in your mouth?
Yeah, but
This is Tifa style investigation.
that is not true. I would not eat anything off a door.
You sure?
Yes.
How sure?
Very,
Exactly.
very sure. If I did not see it fall or put it there myself, I would not eat it.
Cherokee, why? Are you an alien? Oh my god.
Okay, but it kind of makes sense if someone would plant a broken drumstick on the floor to make it seem like that would have been used. Instead, glued the door and left so that it would still be stuck but easy to break through to make it seem like the killer would still have been inside the venue.
What could this substance possibly be that Cherokee is eating right now that would need 4 people to bust through a door?
Super glue.
She's eating super glue. How about you read your line and we find out?
It's titty typhoon glue.
How about you read your line so we can find out?
it smells like workshop chemicals.
Workshop?
And this chewiness. I see. This thing may be a glob now, but that doesn't mean it was a glob from the start.
You still wanna discuss it not being glue?
Why is Chiaki doing this?
For instance, if it was originally a liquid that hardened into this, it might be possible to apply it directly and smoothly in the gaps of the door.
What are you talking about?
Just as I thought. It's nasty.
Chiaki spat the glob out of her mouth and left the area. Besides that bit about the taste, it's okay to consider this some kind of clue, right?
I'm sorry, but I'm seriously gonna go with drumstick is planted evidence. The glue was used to close the door and the killer was no longer inside.
Who just takes weird substances and puts them into their mouth like that to confirm something is glue?
Yeah, can't you just like touch it and like play? I would have grabbed it. I would not have put it in my mouth, but I would like play around with it. Like you can tell if it's sticky or not.
Some carpenter's glue can be stronger than the wood it connects. True.
Makes sense.
Alright, with this we might be close to finished investigating.
To finishing.
No,
To finish investigating.
as Groundhog once said, read it with the typos. Alright, with this we might be close to finished investigating the music venue.
I don't feel close at all yet.
But I still need to talk to Mikan. I need to make sure I get those autopsy results from her.
Well, back to Mikan.
I don't mind skipping over some very obvious typos, but when they're this bad, you just have to read them. Exactly, Jack gets it. Yep. You know, those typos, maybe they're there for a reason too. They just add to the flavor of the story.
Sure thing.
How about it, Mikan? Have you found out anything by now?
To tell you the truth, it's been very inconclusive. But it's not my fault. This music venue is just too hot. Because of the heat, I can't estimate the time of death.
Because of the heat? Is that possible?
If the body is overexposed to heat or cold, you won't be able to determine a precise time of death.
I see. That might have been the killer's goal. They covered up their time of death by using the heater to make the inside of a music venue hot. But that's weird. That's what I'm saying. Hiyoko died before Ibuki. Because we think Hiyoko died after Ibuki, but that's not the case. And I'm telling you...
Well, something must have happened under Ibuki to have blood splatters under her shoes.
Ibuki killed Hiyoko.
But there's absolutely no blood on her hands, for example.
Gonna taste the story like Chiaki tasted that glue. Yeah, except I'm not gonna spit it out.
It makes... Actually... Mikan is still a valid thing, because who would have known this and put pressure on a throat wound?
I know.
This whole thing is confusing. Everyone's a suspect.
I don't want it to be Mikan, but you're right.
I don't want it to be Mikan too, but it makes sense that she caught the disease. That's why we also made the comment that she's so hot when we were laying in bed. She knows these details. She wrapped up a throat slit to prevent blood from seeping out. Like, I don't know. This is confusing.
And she asked us earlier to spare her life.
Well, that I'm not thinking too much of.
There are no coincidences in a Danganronpa game, Tifa. We are over that phase already.
Yeah, that is true.
Like, she just makes sense in a way. It seems too obvious that it's Mikan.
But they have been going with more obvious things, like in the previous chapters. But who else could it be? And who died first? I'm so confused.
Hiyoko.
But the blood on thingy slippers. It must have come from below.
Please don't tell me in the end it's gonna be that Mikan did catch the disease, she snapped, she wanted to get revenge on Hiyoko for all the shit she said about her, So she used Ibuki's gullible disease to make her kill Hiyoko, then make all of this happen, and she used the time while we were running around like a headless chicken trying to find help to cover this up. And that glue is gonna be something from the hospital, like a medical stuff, like a medical thing that they use to like close wounds or something. I don't want to be right about this. Do your line.
Confusing as fuck.
Even if this heat is the killer's doing, is there any reason for them to cover up the time of death?
I agree. As long as I saw it, it should be clear in what order the murders occurred. First was Ibuki, then Hiyoko.
And as long as this is an imitation murder, there shouldn't be any mistaking the order of the murders.
Huh? Imitation murder?
You don't know, Hajime? I thought everyone already knew.
See?
It's a murder where the killer uses a creative work like a song or a film as an outline for their killings. It's so common in detective novels, mangas and video games that you start to get annoyed by it.
What are they imitating?
No clue.
How would an imitation murder be related to this murder?
Well, based on the killing order and the way they were killed, it's clearly an imitation of that movie.
That movie?
Good instincts.
The movie in the cinema.
Oh, everyone watched the movie except for us.
I hate that Hajime keeps skipping things. Oh, I'm not gonna watch the movie. I'm not gonna check out the motel. I'm not gonna check... The assumption is an imitation murder is the reason why the killer killed two people.
The goal was an imitation killer. Even so, why did they feel the need to do something like that?
Do you have a minute?
Also, are we really imitating another death? We did that in the previous chapter too.
Maybe it's a recurring theme in the Danganronpa games.
Excuse me, if this was really an imitation of that movie, then is it possible that one more person might have been killed?
This, too, must be the will of causality.
It's certainly conceivable if the killer wishes to complete the imitation.
Where's Nekomaru?
Hold on a sec. What are you all talking about? An imitation murder? One more person might have been killed? Yeah, but because you didn't see it, you couldn't have done the imitation murder, so I'd say that's a good thing. But there's no one that can confirm that we didn't see the movie.
Well, Nakito. He was there when we were...
We were there when we said we didn't see it. That doesn't mean we didn't go after.
Yeah, but who does that?
So yeah, I guess it makes sense that we as the player know that it wasn't Hajime, but the other characters don't know. Anyway, your line.
Are you guys worried that there's gonna be another victim? Then no worries. Things would get out of hand too fast if a bunch of people could be killed at once. I'm a real cautious fella, so I've prepared a perfect countermeasure. On this killing school trip, the same blackened can only kill a maximum of 2 people.
Here we go.
You mean you've added another rule?
Yep.
Well, if killing everyone at once is okay, the blackened would be able to secure an easy victory, right?
Yep.
This new rule will prevent that. Make sure you slam it into your tiny brains. If it is a maximum of 2 people, then there will not be any more killings? Since you're here anyway, can I ask you one more thing? You know, I just want to confirm one of the class trial rules. I see. As expected of you. You're very, very strict about games.
Perhaps.
I I don't want to consider this possibility at all. And I don't even want to think someone would do this. If 2 cases occur at once, what happens if there are 2 killers? Like I said, I'm talking about the possibility that Ibuki and Hiyoko were killed by 2 different people. That would mean that 2 killers exist at the same time, but we can only vote for one person, right?
I am concerned.
If we can only choose one based on a majority vote, the other person could certainly achieve victory.
If that's true, that's actually smart. Yeah, you're right.
See?
So, what happens in that case? What about a case where there's 3 incidents instead of 2? Or if 4 incidents overlap one another?
Silence!
Shut up! It's okay. I'll make extra sure something like that never happens.
Hey. Meaning 2 killers can't exist at the same time. So, it's safe to say that applies to this case too, right?
This is kind of weak. You know, after we solved the murderception with a video game on Jabberwock Park Island thingy, I'm pretty sure we could have solved 2 murders at the same time. Easy peasy. I really like how I said on this killing school trip, which means the rules from the previous killing game don't apply to this game. They wouldn't anyway, because this is a school trip, the other wasn't a school trip, it was school. Also, why do they have a bar in a trip full of minors? Because they're not minors.
It's cool. It's a titty typhoon without a titty.
That too. Plus, I'm pretty sure none of these are minors anymore.
Probably.
They were before the time skip that happened when we lost our memories. BRB. See you soon.
Wow.
Alright, fine. That's right. There's always 1 killer at any given time.
Okay, so my theory that it's 2 different ones also goes out the window.
Yeah. It has to be only 1. Even if they had an accomplice, I'd have you figure out who the mastermind is.
Celeste.
Yes.
Yeah, remember back then there were 2 murderers, but Celestia Ludenberg turned out to
Oh, like that.
be the real one.
Man, I ended up giving you a huge hint. She made me say it.
Even if I had an accomplice. Yes,
Yeah.
Ibuki.
Gamer brains are not to be underestimated. I should shut up and go back to my cave.
Once again cementing Chiaki as best character. I see, so there's no possibility for 2 killers to exist at the same time. With this, I guess that narrows things down a little.
That makes things a little easier.
Fine.
Plus, if the same killer can kill a maximum of 2 people,
Face your powerlessness!
it means a 3rd victim would be impossible. Imitation murder breakthrough. You guys keep saying that and it sounds strange to me. What do you guys mean by imitation?
Could it be? You haven't seen it?
Seen it? Seriously, seen what?
So,
Like I said, that movie.
oh my.
When we first explored this island, Monokuma was passing out invitation tickets.
Then the imitation is...
Good instincts.
Of course, it's an imitation of that movie.
Well,
Based on the murders this time, it closely resembles that movie as if they were copying it.
As if they copied the movie. I see, Nagito mentioned something about that. Skip.
you...
I see. So you haven't seen it. Still, it's not too late, I think.
Welcome back, Groundhog.
Welcome back. What did I miss? You missed them talking about that movie the entire
Yeah.
time and us repeating what movie? That movie. What movie? The
Oh, that
invitation of
movie.
that movie.
Oh yeah, Nagito mentioned that movie too. Maybe you should go watch that movie.
That's the recap.
Also imagine being so much of an idiot as Hajime, not seeing the movie, and now you're in the investigation just before a class trial, so there is no guarantee that you have enough time to watch the fucking movie.
Monokuma will probably wait.
Makoto was such a better main character. Looks like I need to do that.
Then I should get going too. There are other places I want to investigate. Where do you intend to go next, Chiaki? Probably the hospital for sure. The first victim, Ibuki, was there. I don't know what was going on at the hospital in the first place.
You are right.
Thanks to that despair disease, we could not go there for some time.
She's right. It might be good for me to investigate the hospital too. There might be some clues related to Ibuki's death. For clues related to Hyoko's death, I should try going over to the motel. There's still a lot of things I can do before the class trial. I'll definitely give it my all until the end.
Try to leave.
First I can't leave.
Fair enough.
Well then, I'm gonna do my PT while I watch now. Just finished stretching. Nice.
Good luck with that.
Hey, are you okay? Are you still not feeling well?
Yeah, I don't really get it, but when I think about Nekomaru, it's like my knees start shaking.
Weird.
There's no way I've got that kind of weakness.
It'd probably go away if I battled a strong dude, but Nekomaru's not here.
Nekomaru definitely will come back.
You're right.
Oh, did she fall in love with him? It's kinda cute.
That's cute. I say theater first. Third island.
Third island?
Third island. Oh, despair! Wait, we didn't even walk that much. Oh,
What's it gonna be?
cute.
It still looks adorable.
Also 97, you can do that.
97 for what? 27 steps?
It said 97 steps.
Oh no, 2 despairs.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
shit, we had to have only hope, no despairs. Well, we're
We will
gonna
find out.
Wait, no. Not hospital first.
Well, now we're here.
Oh, that's true.
Hajime, you fuck! Let's talk to this guy.
Did we already read the notice now?
Yeah, last time already.
Okay.
It says you can't sleep here unless you are a patient that needs urgent care or
Oh, yeah, true.
one person caring for them.
True, that was it.
Hey, you prepared that surveillance camera unit, right?
Hey!
Yeah, so? I didn't make any weird modifications or anything. It's not like I'm suspicious or anything. Didn't you get this from that shady looking alley where those machines were lined up?
Right.
Yeah, I just tweaked it a little. Then, if there are other surveillance camera units, would it be possible to transmit a signal to the hospital from those cameras too?
Man.
No, that's impossible. Originally, surveillance cameras and surveillance monitors are only used as part of the same unit. The video that was filmed with a hospital camera can only be viewed on the hospital monitor. The video that was filmed with a music venue camera can only be seen on the music venue monitor.
Hey.
But if I left it like that, we wouldn't have been able to communicate, so I decided to swap the cameras. So that's how you guys were able to view the hospital footage from the music venue and vice versa. They already explained that last time.
It's a reminder.
Yeah. However, each surveillance camera unit manages its broadcast based on a specific number. So even if you bring the same model camera or monitor, you won't be able to interfere with the signal. Meaning, even if another surveillance camera exists, it'd be impossible to broadcast with it. However, I didn't just swap the cameras. I modified them and increased the wireless range. If I hadn't done that, we wouldn't have been able to use it. You're right, you did work on that.
Well,
I feel like I haven't been here in a while, even though it's only really been a few days.
Now may I leave?
You need to check the transmitter thingy, surveillance camera.
There's a surveillance camera unit on top of a reception desk. As long as the music venue's surveillance camera unit is destroyed, it's impossible to broadcast with this.
Hajime.
There's something I want to ask you. You first discovered Ibuki's body at the music venue, right? But why did you go to the music venue? You had a reason for that, right?
See, we didn't even tell them we saw Ibuki hang herself.
Yep.
Did you see something with this camera?
That's right.
Oh, I also wanted to ask you that. It'd be different if a surveillance camera unit could record, but it's only good for household functions.
Very important detail.
Yeah,
Imagine seeing not someone doing it, but she herself.
too easy.
Tell me, Hajime.
No.
Yeah, that's exactly it. I saw a strange video in that surveillance camera unit. It showed the music venue stage. There was a black curtain hanging like there is now. But the whole display was pretty dark because they were using just candlelight. There was a rope hanging from the ceiling, and beneath that there was a stepladder on the floor. And right away, a person wearing a hospital gown and a handbag on their head appeared. I didn't know who it was because their face was covered, but now I know that must have been Ibuki. She walked straight to the stepladder and without any hesitation, she climbed that stepladder of her own free will, and then she grabbed the rope, and that's all I saw. The candlelight being used must have been snuffed out or something because the screen went dark all of a sudden and it wasn't displaying anything anymore.
Man.
Well, if the candlelight goes out, obviously nothing will show up. Modern surveillance cameras have infrared functions, so things can still show up even in the dark. But the one I got from the machine alley was a really old model.
Hold on.
Well,
At the time, you said you didn't know the person wearing the handbag was Ibuki, right?
Yeah. You didn't know it was her, but you saw she was trying to hang herself. So you rushed over to the music venue to try to stop her. But I didn't make it in time.
Hey.
No, I was busy jogging around the island once.
If that was an actual thing, I would feel so bad.
Yeah.
Knowing you like ran in the wrong direction.
There is actually something like that in, which one is it? Deus Ex Human Revolution. There is a mission in there that many people thought when the game first came out that one of the characters that is there with you is supposed to die.
Okay.
But when people found out, nope, they can actually survive, and it changes the story. You just gotta be really good at that scene. To the point where people kept saving and reloading dozens of times to try to get through there in a way that enables them to save that person.
In a way, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, I agree. Still, if she climbed the stepladder on her own, does that mean she committed suicide? Wouldn't that mean she's her own killer? Ibuki committed suicide? What do you think, Shuki?
There's no doubt Ibuki climbed the stepladder on her own, right?
Yeah, there's no doubt. But if so... Say
If
it.
so.
Hey, don't think for so long. If you don't know, just be honest about it. Wow, Kazuichi. Not cool. Well, of course she doesn't. There's no way we'd be able to figure that out so easily.
Well, it could have been a case of Ibuki killing Hiyoko and then committing suicide. But in the state she was in, that makes no sense. For her to do that herself.
Unless someone told her to do both.
Yeah, but then there is a murderer. I mean, it could have been that Ibuki was the murderer and then committed suicide. But in the state she was, like complying with everything. If she wasn't sick, that would have been a logical
Yeah.
thing, I guess. But why was she wearing the bag? I guess just to make it not too graphic.
No. I think there's a reason for that, but I don't know why yet.
We're gonna find out when we're in the theater.
Oh yeah, I need to investigate the conference room on the second floor. I'm heading over there.
What the heck? She went away all of a sudden. She said the conference room, but why would she mention the conference room all of a sudden? Also, I might just be overthinking, but did she seem a little upset? I'm having a feeling that the scene we saw on the little monitor thing was pre-recorded. Looks like this is an open room. There shouldn't be anybody inside. I should look somewhere else. But I don't remember which one Ibuki's room was.
I guess because everyone's released the faces on there are gone.
Yeah. Okay, so that's not it.
Well, she said conference room, second floor, so I guess you have to go up. Have we gone up before?
No, we couldn't. That's not how those machines work.
I'd rather not be put into that, by the way.
Actually, you could, but you didn't notice it.
Oh, I thought we tried once, and then it was like, oh no, we should go to, what was it, Nagito's room?
I guess I tried it the wrong time.
Yeah, probably.
You just couldn't the first time because plot. Yeah.
Yeah, after we didn't try it again. We probably missed a bear in here.
Yeah, most likely. It was Fuyuhiko's room.
Oh yeah, with Fuyuhiko, that was it.
This isn't a room for patients. It looks more like an on-call room for hospital staff. But all this cluttered medical equipment makes it look like a storage room. If this is the only on-call room, working in a hospital must be tough work. So, if a room like this exists, that means there used to be people here, right? Because what the heck is going on with this island? We will never find out. Medical equipment and nursing tools. There's a lot of other medical stuff here too. This room looks like it's used to store equipment. There's nothing particular that catches my eye.
Could it be that the knife was grabbed from here?
There's a bed. It resembles the one in the patient rooms, but these are probably for breaks. Now's not the time to rest. I should go back to investigating. Didn't see a Monokuma in here either.
Nothing from here. Wasn't this the first floor? We only went up one.
Depending on your country, you would call this the second floor.
Oh, okay.
It's a cultural thing. What's this? It's pitch black. I can't see anything. Where's the switch?
Hey.
Don't turn it on.
Huh? Chiaki, are you there?
'Cause
If you turn on the light, it's gonna be fully exposed. Might be embarrassing.
Oh, it'd be embarrassing.
What's fully exposed?
hey,
Hajime, if you poke out your eyes, you can turn on the light. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna poke them out?
I'm not gonna poke out my eyes.
aww.
Ah, bummer. Troll Phil. What?
No sooner did she finish saying that, I heard the dry sound of curtains being drawn. There was a flash of intense light that stung my eyes a little.
It did actually.
I squinted my eyes until they started adjusting to the light.
Okay, she was probably watching the projector.
It was filmed in here.
Oh, there's a Monokuma.
Yeah, I saw it already.
But if it was filmed in here,
No, wait, that also doesn't
that
make
makes
sense.
no sense. Besides, that's not a film thingy, that's a, what do you call it? A projector thingy. Like, it only shows things, you can't film with it. But the curtain, I see what you...
And I saw Chiaki had finished opening the curtain that was covering the window.
Hey, hey.
Were you surprised?
Surprised? I don't get it.
Well,
I got it.
Got what?
see?
The curtains in this conference room are designed to completely block out light. There's a projector in here, so they were probably careful about light shining through.
See?
A black curtain that blocks light, and it's also long enough to reach the floor. It's perfect.
A black light blocking curtain. That's why it was so dark. So, is something wrong with it?
Is that the curtain that was supposed to be in the theater? Because the one in
No,
the
that
theater
one-
didn't fit?
That one is way too short. No, I think they filmed... I think the scene I saw, or Hajime saw first, was filmed here.
But how? How do you film someone hanging themselves?
We didn't see them hang themselves.
Oh yeah, true, because we ran off just before.
Yeah. Also, why else would they be wearing a handbag over their head? There has got to be a reason why we didn't see the face. The first thing we saw was not the suicide.
Okay, makes sense, makes sense.
Time to set up. Love you guys. Have a wonderful rest of the stream. See you soon. All the same to you.
What he said, love you guys, have an awesome stream and talk to you soon.
What she said. It was filmed here.
Well, move on I guess.
I'm still in the middle of investigating, so it's a secret.
Yep, she's upset. But still, what was all that about? That bit about it being embarrassing if I look and troll fail?
Nope.
I just wanted to mess with you.
Yep, she is definitely upset. Why is she acting so childish? Because she found a Monokuma doll.
I've been found!
Oh yes. Beth.
Blah, 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 blah.
Oliver Blell.
Have a great stream as well, Bev.
It's a folding desk. They probably arranged this inside the conference room during meetings. There's nothing that catches my eye. It's a projector. Well, it's not strange for it to be in a conference room after all. This probably isn't a clue. I should look somewhere else.
So far.
So this was a light blocking curtain. That's why it was so pitch black. Okay.
Well, maybe it was filmed here with the candle because they couldn't reproduce the stage lighting. And then also move the candle there. If it is filmed there. Oh.
What? We got Usami!
What? She's flying.
Yeah, it worked. Thank you, Groundhog. Thank you so much.
Pretty cute.
It worked!
Yes, it did.
We got an Usami!
Oh, yeah. Kind of moves like you do.
Wow.
I mean, we're flying.
Now we need to try to go for a Monokuma.
Yeah, next round.
The way she flies is pretty cute. What? We're not done here? Did we miss anything
Let's
upstairs?
go back inside to talk to Akane. By the way, Usami gives you a trail skill, so worth walking extra with her. Also, she poops less often. Alright.
Now then.
Which is odd because bunnies poop quite frequently, no?
Oh.
Phew, I'm finally getting back to my normal self.
All right!
But Jimmy, help me out with my recovery. You can touch my boobs if you win.
No thanks. She was bearable when she was quiet. It'd be so much better if she was still feeling the after effects. She'd beat me up if I said that out loud. Anyway, why are you here?
Hey, hey!
I've never been sick or hurt before, so I had no idea, but hospital gowns are pretty comfy. I was thinking I might as well keep wearing one.
Don't tell me you plan to wear hospital gowns from now on.
Like the alien movement in the back is distracting.
I think that's a clue, by the way, that we're getting here in the text, not the background.
I was like, wait, why are aliens a clue? Are you gonna go like it's aliens?
Yes.
Aliens.
I'm not saying it's aliens, but it's aliens.
That's the idea, but it looks like they're out of stock. It looked like there was one gown for each patient's room, so I thought there'd be more in the empty rooms.
There weren't any gowns.
Yo.
Wait, one for each patient's room? There are 4.
Yeah, we had 3 patients, so what we saw earlier was filmed, and the person that was pretending to be Ibuki threw away the gown afterwards.
Confusing. Yep,
Filmed.
that's right. Ibuki died wearing one, so the only one left is the one Nagito was wearing. If I have no choice, then I should just use Nagito's. It's a unisex size, so I'll probably be able to fit in it.
Hold on, what happened to the gown you were wearing?
Are you saying I should wear the one I already wore? That's gross.
Wearing clothes someone else was wearing is even grosser.
Like,
Just wash it. No time to dilly-dally. I totally left Mikan back at the music venue. Crap, gotta go back.
Well, it's okay since I already investigated the music venue, but leaving her on guard duty was a bad idea. I guess I'm done investigating the hospital. I should move on to a different place.
Let's go to the cinema or whatever comes next.
His is definitely worse with how he got sick. What the fuck, Akane? Yes.
Yep, for sure.
Yes. Don't do this, kids.
Definitely.
Time for more casual jogging. Motel first or movie first?
The movie first. We're here anyway.
The Wizard of Monami.
I'd watch it.
Hello there.
Why, hello there, Hajime. I know you'd come here. That means you noticed it too, right? The case this time is an imitation case in which the killer used that movie as their theme. I wouldn't know. I haven't watched the movie yet.
I see.
And you really should watch this movie first.
Hey!
Manager, a customer's here.
did you call me?
Did your suspect list change? No.
No, not really. Even though
I'm-
it's still super confusing.
Still wanted to be Nagito, but Mikan would kind of make sense, I guess. I don't want it to be her.
What?
I'm not even sure about Mikan, but Mikan makes the most sense.
Let's find out.
Huh? Hajime is the customer?
Do you have a problem with that?
What are you gonna do?
And you said you didn't want to watch it. But I knew you wanted to see it all along. If that's what Tsundere Hajime looks like, then you're really a tough guy. You are so devoted to being Tsundere. You even taught the Monokuma stick. Oh, you even bought the Monokuma sticker for $1.5 million.
You paid $1.5 million for a sticker? It's nothing.
Listen up!
In exchange for not watching this movie, Hajime paid $1.5 million for a Monokuma sticker. Come on, since we're talking about it anyway, why don't you show it to Nagito?
Stop it. But my resistance was in vain, and Monokuma reached into my pocket and took the sticker.
See, it's this one.
I'm sorry I was born stupid.
That's...
You bought this for $1.5 million?
But in the end, he's still gonna watch the movie.
Who cares about that anymore? Just hurry up and give me an invitation ticket.
Here you go. Oh, it already says so on the invitation ticket, but it's only effective today at this time. By by the way, I can only give away 1 ticket per person. You only have 1 chance to watch it for free. I've already stamped today's date on the ticket, so you won't be able to cheat.
Don't worry, I only plan to watch it once.
Look forward to it, okay?
Then I'll go prepare the projection reel. Please wait a bit, okay?
Hey,
Hajime, about that invitation ticket, I strongly recommend you keep that safe. Huh? Why? No reason, just think of it as a protective charm. Yeah, because this one shows that we didn't know the movie before the murder, therefore we would not be able to imitate it.
Yeah.
If you look to the right of Monokuma, you can see a UDG poster trailer thingy.
Yeah, we saw it. It's pretty cool.
So after all this was the Blacken trying to frame Hajime, they lured him to the venue and then made a second body appear.
No, I don't think it was to frame us. I just think it was to throw us off
Yeah.
and like not be able to pinpoint it to someone.
I like how Nagito seems more distressed by the sticker purchase than the murders. Yep.
Well, the murders are just something to achieve more hope.
Truly. I guess I should just wait until Monokuma finishes his preparations.
Wait,
No.
popcorn. Snacks.
Are you sure?
Fine. But I'm pretty sure I have to talk to Nagito.
Not Makoto.
Not Makoto. It's a food shop. A lot of things like popcorn, sandwiches, and we have checked this before.
impossible.
If you think about it, Hajime's story is very strange. Yeah, that's why my theory is that he is a computer program. I believe it's all a simulation of some kind. I saw a video of hanging discovered Ibuki and got everyone. Then Hiyoko appeared in 10 minutes, all tied up. Yep, very believable. Hajime, I can't believe you bought that thing, and you paid $1.5 million for it too. But even you said you should have just settled it with money to get out of seeing that movie. You're right, but that means I would have had to buy that thing, you know? Just leave me alone.
Now you probably can.
I hope so.
No.
Oh, no. How about we leave? Go to...
Don't believe it!
Oh,
Hey!
So,
I guess the cash rate? Oh wait, technically this is a clue.
oh yeah.
We forgot
This
the
is
bag
good,
was
the Blacken made a mistake. Hajime never saw the movie. I think we got the killer now. I'm not quite sure yet, but
Well.
yeah, it is helpful that it couldn't have been us. Why'd you skip that funny dialogue? I'll go back in a moment.
Yeah, good question. It wasn't the same text.
True, but I also skipped the other one.
Yeah, true.
Sorry.
I thought it was because he said the same thing.
No, it didn't. That reminds me, that item should be on top of a counter. Been there, done that. If the tote bag is gone, that means...
What's this?
Whoa there! Were you interested in buying that tote bag?
Too bad.
It's already sold out.
Who'd you sell it to?
You're so stupid.
Stupid! There's no way I'd fall for that. There's no way I'd say something that reveal who the killer is.
So the killer bought it.
Ah,
I remember you said there was only one because it's a limited item, right?
it's not limited to one. It's more like it's limited to one person.
What's the difference?
Hey,
When you buy one bag, you get another bag for free. It's a common practice to bait customers with bonus prizes.
The person we saw in the video was not the person actually hanging.
So there's two bags.
Yeah. For some reason, hearing you say that pisses me off.
But I thought he said first that it was a limited edition, one deck only.
Monokuma's account has been added to the truth bullets. Dear line.
Stop spoilers, that means I should not look up. Give me a second. Can I press this button?
Probably that one.
Yes. I saw
is that a
something
spoiler?
about Nikito, but I didn't.
Please, nothing that explains motives or anything.
I can't tell you how it is a spoiler, but I'll trust Groundhog's judgment.
I didn't read it, but it was the last message before that, so. Your line.
Yeah. Now then, I should forget that I carelessly made a slip of the tongue.
Where's my mouse? No!
Where did? Oh, there. It's all good, Evie.
It's fine.
We don't expect you to look at chat the entire time.
Yes.
You're all good.
I am blind, so if I say a spoiler, just delete the message. We're good at that.
Looks like the preparations are complete. So please enter the theater right away.
I can't wait.
This is exciting! Exciting! Now we can go.
Want to get closer to the truth of the incidents necessary for me to watch this movie. Damn, I can't trigger the text from earlier anymore. No! I'm sorry.
Bzzz.
Beautiful.
I apologize for keeping you waiting. World-famous director Monokuma presents a stunning masterpiece that reduced American audience to tears. The Wizard of Monomi 2.5D will be screening shortly.
From the title alone, I have a bad feeling about this. 2.5D. That sounds so half-assed.
Now then, please relax and enjoy the film.
Alright. It's not 2.5D.
Monokuma was born in a remote village full of old people because the death rates outpaced the birth rates.
I feel like I need popcorn.
One day, Monokuma was swept up by a tornado created by a helicopter gunship during a routine military exercise, and was whisked away to Monomi's country. Monokuma wanted to return to his homeland so he could go back to pestering the old people for change. So he began his journey to see the wizard Monomi, who was rumored to grant any wish one desires.
Okay, this is basically the Wizard of Oz, but fucked up.
Along the way, he met a very loyal group of
I
friends.
mean, more fucked up.
Monokuma met a Monomi scarecrow who was missing a brain. When he recommended that she commit suicide, the Monomi scarecrow hanged herself and died.
What is this movie?
This is fucked up. Fun fact, this is Monokuma's voice actor. Wait, the same person that also does the other Monokuma's voice?
Oh, that is
Wow.
really cool.
That is a range.
He also met a Monomi lion who was missing her courage, so he pumped her full of arrows.
Yes, same person. Holy shit, that's impressive.
Damn, that is awesome.
Met a Monomi tin man who was missing a heart, so Monokuma sliced her into lumps of iron.
Okay, sure.
After a lot of other stuff happened, Monokuma finally reached the wizard Monami, the great and powerful. Eventually, one thing led to another, and he started beating the crap out of Monami.
I love how she was half green.
And in the end, he somehow usurped the kingdom from her. With this, Monokuma enslaved the old people, took their pensions, and lived the rest of his days in luxury.
What?
And he lived happily ever after. The end.
The fuck did I just watch?
Also, this probably means that the execution death will be done by arrows. Like, it's the missing death.
Yeah, what I don't get is, if this was an imitation murder, wouldn't it also be in the same order? You know what I mean?
Well, I don't think that necessarily needs to be in the same order, but...
Okay, crunch time. Enjoy.
Enjoy. Monokuma is very nice.
No.
Giving these
Yeah.
old people homes. Also, I would not have paid 1.5 million to skip this.
Yeah, same.
Man, movies are the best. That drama was so moving that I needed
2 boxes of tissues. 1 for each head.
So,
Now then, let's meet again at the class trial.
bye-bye.
I'm too disgusted to even let out a sigh right now. That's all I can say to describe the situation.
Wasn't too bad. I missed a bit of character development, but...
How was it? Actually, I don't even have to ask. I totally expected your reaction. That was honestly the worst movie I've ever seen. Is it even okay to call that a movie? But thanks to that movie, now you know, right? Yeah. Just like you said, the characters who were killed in the movie match the victims in this case. Ibuki's death by hanging matched the Scarecrow's death in the movie. Not just that, but Hiyoko's suspended body matches the lion's death too.
But
It would have been a complete imitation if the killer killed 3 people, but it seems like that wasn't possible. Perhaps the killer's upset about that right now? Or if the killer's main goal was just an imitation murder, they should be upset about it, but I'm not sure if that's even true. Yeah, I don't really see it either. I
Well-
don't really see it.
Now we only have the motel left.
Yep. And I went the wrong way, didn't I? Oh no, I didn't.
No, it's all the way to the left.
Air conditioned. I just remembered, I never went inside any of the rooms in the motel. Yes, because you let Akane do that.
Oh yeah, we wanted to and then we didn't.
Yeah. Plus, I don't even know where Hiyoko's room is. It might be faster to just ask someone. Danganronpa's side-scrolling adventure. Oh yeah. 120 crunches.
Insane.
Nice. Don't know how you do it, but...
Completely nuts.
right.
Hey, Jime, can you explain it to me again? What happened when you first discovered Ibuki's body? It was the same time as when I found it with you guys. Ibuki's body was hanging from the baton lighting. However, there was no body discovery announcement made. That's why I went to get you guys. I met up with Chiaki at this motel, and when we were about to go back to the music venue, you met up with Mikan and me. And when we went back to the music venue, the entrance door wouldn't open for some reason.
I see.
So we had no choice but to break down the door and discovered Hiyoko's body was suddenly there too. Yep, that's what happened.
Hey,
This is the most important part. When you arrived at the motel, who else saw you besides Chiaki? As I recall, Monomi did. And Gundam.
Oh, Chucky. Oh yeah, wait.
Yeah. Besides Chiaki, I also saw Gundam and Monomi.
I see.
So Kazuichi and Sonya didn't appear, huh? You think those two are suspicious?
Like...
Well, Hiyoko was killed between the time you saw Ibuki's body and when we broke down the door, right? So obviously those two are the most suspicious since they were around with us. That might be it, but... While we're at it, let me tell you my alibi too.
One sec. It's still not done. How long has it been going at it now? 5 hours?
But I somehow have 6 views on my video without sharing the link. Did you click on it? Because I think that counts too. Or is it already public? Because then people can see the standard definition version. I used to have to do a ton of crunches in my dance classes. I used to have to do a ton of sit-ups during PE in school, but nothing left of that in me.
We only had to run around the school.
However long your stream is, it's public. So people watched the standard definition version then.
That's pretty cool already then, though.
Yep.
That means it already got found.
Exactly. Indeed.
Yes.
When the morning Monokuma announcement woke me up, it went straight to the hospital. I went straight to the hospital. I saw Mikan panicking in front of the hospital. I asked her what's going on. She said Ibuki disappeared. Who watches 360p on purpose? People that don't care about the resolution, people that are on mobile internet, which is the vast majority of internet users nowadays, the people that don't have fast internet, which is also a large part of the world, plenty of people.
Wouldn't do it myself either, but
Yeah,
there
because
is a crowd for it.
because we have the option not to.
Yeah.
So you guys split up and looked for Ibuki, huh?
Well, yeah.
While we were circling the island, we came to the motel and saw you guys there. Did you see anyone else while you circled the island?
Well,
No. We went to the movie theater and that street full of machines to look for Ibuki, but we didn't see anyone. Actually, everyone loves 360p. I don't particularly, but
Can I put the laptop to 360? Yes,
today
I can.
you can. You can even set it to 160p, I believe. We got one of those servers today on Twitch.
Yeah, I mean 360 you can still see everything.
If it doesn't move. Yeah.
No, it's fine. Like if I had a bad connection, I could do 360. Makes sense.
Are you implying I don't have an alibi because I didn't run into anyone? It's unreasonable for you to doubt me. The time that Mikan and I went our own looking for Ibuki wasn't very long. In that short time, there's no way I could have killed Hiyoko and wrapped her around the pillow with duct tape. It's true, I feel like there wasn't enough time to do that after I left the music venue. But the fact is Hiyoko was killed and we did discover her body. What, do you still doubt me?
jeez.
I'm used to it. It's true I've done things I deserve to be doubted for. So don't worry. Even if you doubt me, I don't plan dismembering you and encasing you in concrete.
I don't doubt you for Yahiko.
Only uploading in 160p from now on. Nice. I remember when 360p was just standard. So nostalgic.
The good old days.
I don't miss those times, man. We have a new True Cobalt. Oh yeah. I'd want to know in advance what I'd have to do to end up like that. And now I have to talk to Gundam to find out which one of those rooms is Hiyoko's. I miss the Nuzlockes. One day.
We could totally do a Nuzlocke again, because I really want to do one of Ultra Sun and Moon.
One day.
I think that's gonna be like the main game after we're through with Danganronpa.
Maybe. You're here, right? Come on out. Huh? Are you talking to me? I can see you. Did you really think you could hide your presence like that? I wasn't trying to hide in the first place. Hey, which room was Hiyoko staying in?
Listen well.
Open the door to the center room. However, are you prepared? Why is he like that? What made him like that? Actually, don't tell me. Make sure you pray to whatever god you hold dear, and you might want to bring an extra pair of underwear. I wonder, how does this guy talk to his parents and teachers?
I kind of want to see his parents.
I want to see how he talks to them. I want to see him order food at a restaurant.
Could be interesting.
Middle one should be this one?
There is no middle one.
It says Hiyoko's room, so gotta be this one.
Clatter, clatter, clatter.
Looks like it's locked, but key was inside her kimono. Maybe if I use this.
Creak.
You have the cutest door. It opened just as I thought this key was Hiyoko's room key. Alright, I should go inside. Fun fact without spoilers this time, I swear. Nagito and Sons is not only canon, it is widely accepted as truth. What? Sans Maeda is a meme in the fandom, weirdly enough. I will drink in silence.
No, okay.
Whatever floats people's boat, I guess.
Kanye West, what?
Well.
The more we know.
So Hiyoko was staying here. She only stayed here a few nights, so it doesn't really feel like her room, but I feel a little conflicted.
Oh my! Did the door open?
Yeah, Hiyoko put the key in her kimono, so I used that to open it.
I see.
And how did Sonia get in here? Through the window, I guess.
I suppose.
What? Did something happen?
No, it is just. I am starting to believe it might be my fault.
Her fault? What does she mean? Let's find out by not talking to her. Kanye West is a weird one, but I can't see Nagito without the song playing in my head. There's a Kanye West song that makes you think of Nagito. Also, hello Wallace, happy Friday.
I have
Hope you're
no
doing
clue,
well.
and I don't even think I want to hear it.
Also, hey there, how are you doing today?
The bed isn't messed up. It doesn't look like she was abducted in her sleep. That's good to know.
Oh,
Look what I found, the last one.
good thing you moved.
Happy Friday, and
did
you
it.
definitely don't want to hear it. Maybe after the game.
No, I don't think at all.
There's a mirror, but it's small and rusty. There's no way anyone can use this. So...
Oh, we leveled up.
Level 42.
The moment Hiyoko came to this motel, she completely shut herself in this room.
Need to take my shower. I'll try to be quick, but I'm bad at that. Enjoy your shower. That is much more important than being here quickly.
Enjoy your shower and appreciate the lurk. Thank you.
Indeed. She was afraid of a despair disease, so she was cautious of you guys too, right?
However, her fear of the disease was not the only reason she locked herself in her room. She had another reason.
Besides that disease, what other reason would make her lock herself in her room?
Perhaps her kimono.
Her kimono?
She couldn't wash again? Oh, maybe that's why it was the other way around, because she did it herself. She couldn't do the thingy
sense.
behind her back.
True, I guess.
Yesterday I went to go talk to her. Since she had been in her room for some time, I told her it might be good for her to go outside for a bit. She kept the door to her room locked, but by coincidence it was not locked at the time. And then I saw it.
I feel kind of bad for her, but then I remember that she was acting like a complete bitch to everyone, and then I don't feel bad anymore.
Hiyoko was crying and struggling with her kimono sash. You would think, though,
She would just ask someone for help, like Sonia.
Yes, or maybe because of the emergency situation, wear something else.
That's what would have made sense, but you know, it is what it is.
She did not want to smell bad, so she took a shower, but then she could not tie her sash anymore. My hero is no longer with us, so I believe she was having trouble with it.
She didn't leave her room because she couldn't tie her kimono, huh?
You are right.
The others might have thought it was just a silly sash, but it must have been a serious issue for her. Hiyoko told me that she learned how to tie her sash from my hero. That my hero kindly taught her the basics.
That's why she wanted to be able to tie her sash on her own.
Perhaps.
She probably could not forgive herself for not being able to do it, especially since my hero taught her. I could not really understand her feelings, which is why I said what I did.
What did you say?
Probably the same as us.
Hyoko, by chance, are you having trouble wearing your kimono?
Stupid! What are you saying? Of course I can do it! Because Mahiru taught me. That's why I can do it on my own.
If that is the case, how about you do it someplace where there is a mirror? Do you remember the full-length mirror in the storage room at the music venue? If you do it while standing in front of a large mirror, I am confident you will be successful. Also, shutting yourself in your room like this may be bad for your health.
That's where the mirror comes in place.
And that was when she kicked me out.
It cannot be.
Could it be Hiyoko remembered that?
Are you saying she went to the music venue to wear her kimono? I can't see that happening. Hiyoko locked her room and made sure she put her room key inside her kimono. I can't imagine that she was abducted by someone. If so, that's weird. Hey, did you tell anyone about that before the incident? Or was someone listening in on your conversation?
I never told this to anyone, and I do not believe anyone was listening in on our conversation.
Nobody knew? If that's the case, how did the killer know Hiyoko was going to the music venue? Something's wrong. Yes, very much. I don't see anything else that looks suspicious. There's no sign that someone made a mess of her room, and I don't think she was forcefully abducted. I feel like I couldn't really find any important clue. Oh wow.
Okay, so she went there herself and got killed in the music venue. Maybe she was just in the way. Like, it was the plan to only kill Ibuki, then Hiyoko was there and just turned into a victim. But it doesn't really make sense with the whole imitation murder, because then you would have already planned these.
Crying Hiyoko, I don't get the problem, just wear clothes. I don't think she has more than that. I think she only has that one kimono. Also, we don't have anything else to wear either.
Probably.
The gifted sub ends in like 7 days. Make sure you enjoy the most out of the emotes at that time then.
The link.
Kazuichi Soda actually has a mechanic shop.
What?
It's impressive.
Well, let me quickly open that.
Did you already do the ding dong bing bong?
Ding dong, bing bong. No, I tried not to interrupt you.
Hello! How's everybody doing? It's me, Monokuma! Yay! Awesome! The class trial's gonna start, you know. So, make sure you guys come to Monokuma Rock ASAP! I'll see you soon!
That's actually pretty cool.
Someone actually put that into Google Maps. That's amazing.
It's in Canada.
And there's 86 reviews. That is
4.8 stars. You would think for the ultimate mechanic it would be 5.
Yeah, I also didn't think that Kazuichi Soda's mechanic shop would be in Canada. But what do I know? It's already time. So, this again. I need to go to that place again. But now's not the time to be a coward. The reason Ibuki and Hiyoko became victims, in order to find the truth, the only thing I can do is go. this way, I believe. Mondo's butter shop, oh god.
No.
I have more if needed. I think I'm good. Also, I think it's amazing that Google doesn't delete those places, because I honestly don't think those are legitimate businesses.
If there is an actual place, then...
Yeah, but come on. Like...
The Mondo's butter shop just makes me sad.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It does. Everyone who heard the announcement had gathered in front of Monokuma Rock, and soon enough...
Welcome!
Also, so far, there's still nothing which makes me say for sure it's this person.
Same. Also, how about we call it a night here?
Yeah, I guess this is a good point to save.
I agree.
I feel like that's been the case with most trials here.
What?
Like, I feel like I think I know who did it. But after the trial, I don't feel like, oh shit, it's definitely because of this and this and this evidence. Or like, if I don't think the evidence that we see usually says who it is, you know what I mean? Like, if I didn't have a suspect already and I went through all of these clues, I wouldn't think, yeah, you're it. Especially not after this trial or the last trial. Well, I called the last one, but...
Stream's over, time to max it. We'll still be here for a moment, but yes, we're about to head out. That is the truth.
Yes, then next time we can continue with the trial. You're
Sorry
all good,
again
Shrift.
for almost spoiling.
Thanks again for the Dorito and for hanging, and
Indeed.
see you soon.
What she said.
Maybe next time, actually, the chances of, if the class trial is as long as the last time, chances are we're probably not going to finish it in one stream.
I don't know.
But now we can start at the trial next time.
True. Let's see how far we get when we continue on Tuesday.
Yeah, but this investigation was confusing.
Yeah, kind of.
Like, I still don't know who died first.
Hiyoko.
Technically, there's not really...
It has to be Kyoko.
Well, why does it have to be Kyoko?
Because why else would we have the whole thing that someone is trying to make it seem like she died second?
But why would it even matter that Kyoko died first or second? Like, it seems very important here, but why? They got killed, does the order matter?
Because the time matters. It could have been at night, or during the night before, or it could have been in the 10 minutes between us finding Ibuki's body and coming back.
You know what I say to that?
I say... Good choice, good choice.
Very good choice.
Indeed.
Still one of the best ones. With Bongo Cat.
Bongo taps.
That reminds me, Ranger, I got Bongo Cat as my waifu.
That is true. ASMR is always a good choice. Unless
Yes,
you
it
don't
is.
like ASMR. Correct. I agree.
That is true. I saw that. Yes, it is my waifu.
Very proud of us for that. So Tifa,
Proud of us. It's mine, not yours.
I told you Bongo Cat was
Well, that is true. You gave me the warning.
Exactly. So I'm proud of us for that.
That is true. Like, I wouldn't have
Enjoy.
gotten Bongo Cat if you weren't calling me.
Correct. Sometimes I'm nice like that. What are the chances? I have no idea.
Small.
So Tifa,
Even
who do you
though
want to go
sometimes
rate?
it's weird though, like some characters that I want to be rolled are not rolled at all. And then others are rolled like 6 times a day, it feels like.
It's random chances. That's
Yeah,
how
I know,
RNG
but
works.
all the ones I don't want are being re-rolled.
Now, who do you want to go rate today?
That is a good question.
Still waiting for Mikasa. One day.
I want CC. Like, she was rolled, but someone skipped her and I'm still waiting for her.
One day.
But I do not know who to rate.
Go
Let me
find
have
out.
a quick look. Where is Twitch? I do not have.
Yeah, she means CC from
Code Geass.
Code Geass. Closed captioning. Maybe also that. Also a very handy feature.
I can't pick. Ranger, do you know someone you want to stream? We have plenty of people on.
Someone you want to stream.
Or someone you want to rate. I want to do an eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
I think after you just asked Ranger, we should wait for an answer first.
That's why I said or.
No.
Epitome.
Slow dance. Sounds like a plan because I also don't think we ever rated him.
No, he's doing a
Hope I got his name right. Yes, you did.
work stream.
I have no idea what it is, so let's go find out.
I have no clue either, so let's go check. We also never rated him, so...
Work? I have no idea. Let's ask him. Let's go and ask him.
It looks like job, because it says co-working stream.
No clue. But this time I'll be smart and prepare and have his stream open. So let's go on a rate Tifa.
So I'm guessing he's at work right now?
Let's
So let's
go on a rate
yes,
Tifa.
let's go find out.
Wow, thanks for listening.
Yes, I'm saying that.
Thank you all for watching. We'll be back tomorrow. Not with Danganronpa, but probably Mario Kart.
Maybe Mario Party.
See ya. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you, thank you.